The Ramble Football Club is proudly sponsored by Glasby Pallets, offering a one-stop solution for all of your pallet needs. Get in touch now on 01709 585 646 to discuss your pallet requirements. And thank you again to Sonny and the team for their continued support of Ramble FC.
Good evening and welcome to Ramble FC for another championship watch-along. It's Birmingham City against Middlesbrough, a team chasing the playoffs and a team chasing, or currently occupying actually, one of those automatic promotion spots. So a big game in terms of the picture in the second tier going into this kind of final quarter of the season. We really are getting into the business end of it now. And as usual, I will not be alone for this watch along. I've got a mate of mine that's going to join me and give his thoughts on the teams and probably, let's face it, all things Sheffield United as we move along, because we've got a lot of blades that join us for this. Hopefully we'll get some Birmingham Boro fans as well who can steer the conversation in the direction of the game. That's what we hope for and that's what we'll be focusing on. But yeah, hopefully we've got a good night of Monday night football ahead of us. So without any further ado, I'll introduce my mate Russ, who's joining me for this game. How are you doing, mate?
Good evening. I'm all right, thank you. Yourself?
I'm very well, mate. We noticed, guys, before we came on, we did have a little bit of a lag between us, so we're going to try and give each other a bit of space to respond. I think we're kind of hopefully getting in sync with the timing, and hopefully things will steady out as we move along. But as I say, Russ, we've got Birmingham City at home tonight to Middlesbrough, live from St Andrews. And a very interesting and important game in this promotion picture. Obviously, Birmingham looking to be one of the teams that gatecrashed the playoffs after spending quite a bit of money after they came back up from League One. And Middlesbrough looking very much a strong contender for an automatic promotion place. Before we get into the teams, Russ, and I will bring those up on the screen in a moment, I just wanted to run something that Jimmy, a message from Jimmy Ramble on behalf of our sponsor, OK Jersey.
Do you want your favourite replica shirts for the World Cup? Check out okjersey.com. It's high quality jerseys starting from just £15. I love mine. From modern day shirts to the old classics that we all love. Use the code RAMBLE at the checkout to get 8% off your order. Get ready for the World Cup in style. And thank you to OK Jersey for their support of the Ramble.
Yeah, that's right, OK Jersey. And if you use the code RAMBLE, says on the ribbon at the bottom of the screen there, if you use the code RAMBLE, you get 8% off your order. Lots of great shirts on there. I've been on there myself. I love mine, as the big man would say. And yeah, so I don't know if you've had a look on OK Jersey at any point, Russ. There's some absolute bangers on there, some nice retro jerseys and some modern day ones. You can have your pick if you are inclined to a football shirt, which I am, and I've got quite a few. This 94 Baggio one and an England 1990 one I picked up on there. So go and check it out. Really good stuff on there. What do you think, Russ?
Yeah, I've never been one for football shirts, to be honest, but I know loads of people that have, and a lot of them are looking and they really like, and then they seem to be buying 3, 4, 5 different ones. Dave Morwood's got quite a selection. I noticed. I think he likes his real retro stuff. Me myself, I just got scared off football jerseys in the 70s. It proved that wearing colours wasn't a good idea. It was harmful to your health, so I never got into that habit.
Yeah, per se, and I must admit, you know, growing up in the early 90s in football, even then, you know, it was one of the things you take your life into your own hands if you wear one away from home. I know what you mean, but yeah, some of the retro ones on there are really great. So as I say, folks, check it out, and really reasonably priced, some really nice quality on there as well. I had an original one of this, can't tell the difference. Anyway, getting into the game tonight, Russ, obviously the home side.
If I was to pick something, I'd be probably looking at some of the Brazilian ones.
Absolutely. And moving into tonight's game. So looking at the lineups, and I did have a look at the formations before we came on as well. I was a little bit surprised at how Birmingham City were laid out at the top of the pitch. So they're lining up with, and this is according to FotMob, where I got my lineup information from. James Beadle in goal, a back four of Osai Samuel, Clara, Panzo, and Wagner. Iwata and Tommy Doyle are the central two in midfield, and then just ahead of them, Patrick Roberts on the right. They've got Dukes on the in the 10 and Damari Gray on the left. Jay Stansfield, who normally for me would play in the number 10 position, they've got him lining up top. I would normally say him and Dukes are kind of switched around. That's what I tend to find. I tend to find him playing up top and Stansfield in the 10. We'll see as it moves along. Maybe sometimes they become a 2 as well. Maybe it's quite fluid during this game. The away team, Middlesbrough, who we know to our own cost, have got a performance in them. They came to Bramall Lane and really put us to the sword not long ago. Sol Bryn in goal, a back four of Luke Ayling, Dale Fry, Malander, Matty Target at left back. And they've got a midfield four. Now, Callum Britton, they've got lining up on the right of midfield. Normally, he would be in the kind of right wing-back position. But they've got him, Hackney, Morris, and McGree over on the left. Strelick and Conway as a front two. Again, we'll see how they line up when they come out. But that's the two lineups. Yeah. Thoughts on the two teams? Well, the two lineups, Russ, but thoughts on the two teams in general. Who's your pick to win this one tonight? It's a tough one to call, isn't it?
It is a tough one to call in so much as the stakes are high now this side of the season. You were talking about that lineup, the one that, Middlesbrough impresses right from the off, basically, because of what they did to us a few weeks ago. I don't think there's any great surprises in there particularly. Target is so steady. Ayling, we know, he's having a great season in his twilight years. Looking at Birmingham, they're a strange team, aren't they, this year? They've had quite a mixed bag of results and what have you. Patrick Roberts is one that always stands out for me. He's a very, very good player at this level, but not quite enough at that next level. Duxia is been impressive, and Damari Gray we always know a lot about. Surprised he's not playing in the Premier League team, actually. But obviously he stuck with Leicester, didn't he, for quite a while. So. And of course, Jeremy Beadle in the goal.
Jeremy Beadle in goal.
It's James Beadle from his time at Sheffield Wednesday. It should be a good game tonight. But I'm expecting Middlesbrough to step up and take this game.
Yeah, and you mentioned James Beadle, obviously a player we know from his time at our fierce rival Sheffield Wednesday. I think, like you though, Russ, I'm kind of favouring Middlesbrough in this game. I know that since they beat us, I think they have suffered a defeat, and the form's been kind of up and down since then. But they still sit in that second place position. I think there's still a good bet for that. I think they've got a decent group of players, a tight knit group of players as well. They do have options to bring off the bench. Obviously, Morgan Whittaker has been a big player for them this season in terms of goals and assists. They've got some seasoned campaigners in Luke Ayling. I like Sol Bryn, the goalkeeper. I thought he was very good at Bramall Lane. They're just showing some highlights of that game against Sheffield United here, where I have to say, I thought Middlesbrough were impressive that night. I have to give credit to the opposition. I thought it was an excellent performance from them, and they'll certainly offer Birmingham City a tough test. Birmingham are strong at home, though. They are strong at home, and they've got some real threats up the top of the pitch with Patrick Roberts and Jay Stansfield. I think it's going to be a really interesting game. Before we get a little bit further into that, I'm just going to go through a few comments because, as we know, it's always good to keep up with those. Our mate Mark Meldrew is in here. Now, I have to say, before I read this out, Mark Meldrew will be joining me tomorrow night. He is set to become the new or primary co-host for All Aboard the Championship, which some of the Platinum Ramblers will know in the chat today. So we're really excited to have Mark on board for that. I'm looking forward to doing those streams with him. Very knowledgeable guy on football. Obviously, we've got very knowledgeable people in our group, like yourself, Russ, who can come on and bring their expertise and their knowledge and their opinions. And Mark's one of those. So looking forward to having Meldrew all aboard the championship from tomorrow onwards. Good evening to my fellow co-host and our Pete. Hope you're both well. Should be a good one, this. Strange feeling for Birmingham for this game, and don't know why. Pressure on Boro here to keep the pace. Yeah, there is, and it comes thick and fast as well, doesn't it, Mark? There's no let up in the Championship. You know, Middlesbrough have been on a great run this season, sitting second place. Still looking like now it might be harder to catch Coventry, certainly after the defeat that they had there. But it's still there to be had. But the games come thick and fast, and Birmingham tonight away from home is not an easy one. He said, "What a day Saturday with all the lads. Some group and a win made it all the more sweeter. Up the Blades, up the Ramble, up all aboard the Championship." I think he's saying there, and up the is that football therapy? I think. Sorry, Mark, if I got that wrong. I'm not as good at Jimmy at getting these right. So we'll move forward.
Therapy. Maybe.
Football therapy, I think so. Who is this Italian bloke, says Ramaman. I do have Italian heritage, Ramaman. There is, I think, third generation Italian, as my doorbell just went there. That's probably an Amazon delivery, if anybody can hear that. I'm kind of third generation, so I think it's third generation. My grandmother. So when England inevitably, or certainly in my youth, when they dipped out of the World Cup and Italy normally surpassed them and went a bit further in the tournament, I would switch allegiance halfway through. Full disclosure, I'll be totally honest. I'm England first, but I do have a soft spot for the Azzurri. And if England can't win the World Cup, I'm always rooting for them instead. Evening, boys. Be a good game, this, says Jimmy. I hope so, mate. I think it will be. I think two strong sides. Obviously, Middlesbrough having a very strong season. Birmingham, I think, getting better as it moves along. I noticed sort of halfway or a third of the way into the season when Birmingham were finding it a little bit tough and they were kind of entrenched in the bottom half. They made some tweaks to the way they play. I noticed that Davis kind of shuffled things around, made them a little bit more structured, more defensive, and a little bit more difficult to beat. And it seems to have worked well for them. It's given them a foundation to build on. So, they might surprise us tonight and turn Middlesbrough over. Evening, Lewis and Russ. Should be a good game. Have fun. Up all the Rambles, up the Blades, up the Positive 6. Like and subscribe, please. Thank you, Davey, top man. I love mine, says says Jimmy. I don't think I'll be able to beat his Brian Clough impression, but I'll give it a go. My very good pal, my brother from another mother, Thom, is in the comments. Hello, mate. Evening, gents. I love mine. God, I'm going to be saying that all night now, Russ. I shouldn't have started that, should I? Just before I dip into some more comments.
You started something.
Yeah, quick one about the Blades, Russ. Obviously, a few of us we're at the game in London on Saturday. We had a blast. It was a good day out, but most importantly, a Sheffield United win, a 2-0 win away from home. What did you make of it, and what do you think for the rest of the season? Do you think there's still a little bit of a slither of a chance at the playoffs, or do you think we're looking at next season?
Of course there is. Of course there is.
You're a positive.
As I said to Jimmy last night, was it the night before? I said, I've been positive all the way through and what have you. But when Chris says it's over, that's when I think it's over. No, Saturday was, it seemed to be a routine day at the office, didn't it, really? I can't really say too much more. It didn't need to be spectacular. QPR didn't offer a great deal. And it was a good 3 points on this. I think I've probably had more to say about it on Saturday than I could do now. It's sort of casting your mind back to what actually happened, and there wasn't a lot went off really. A couple of good goals and a few chances. They didn't show much. I think it's probably done our legs good. Actually, managed to get some minutes into people. Give that a look.
Yeah, I did. I thought QPR were quite poor, if I'm being brutally honest. I thought it was quite an easy win for the Blades. They were they didn't, like you say, they didn't really offer a lot. I thought United were good. Don't get me wrong. I thought the controlled possession was good. They kind of dominated certain areas of the pitch, but I think QPR kind of let us in with that. It wasn't much of a test from that point of view, and you would expect one away from home. It's traditionally not that easy a place to go. But QPR, seemingly on a downward trend this season. They're going to be safe. I think they did enough in the early part of the season. But yeah, I thought they were a little bit underwhelming on Saturday. We can only beat what's in front of us, and we did. So and it was a great day out for the Blades, as I say. Go ahead, Russ, before I dive back in.
No, I was there was we were talking about looking forward. You did actually ask me, and I forgot to finish my answer off. Really, looking forward. We're putting these teams to bed that are ahead of us. People say there's a lot of traffic, and that's quite true in a number of clubs. But we've got a lot of 6-pointers. Now, you might normally look at a fixture, just going to be the nature of the beast, isn't it? But those 6-pointers are going to be vital for us. And the other teams have got loads of 6-pointers to play against others. It's probably one of the most interesting and mind-boggling mid-tables that I can recall seeing for quite a few years, to be honest, because there's still a relegation door for a lot of teams there, but everybody's looking up. So weird one.
Yeah, and you look at Birmingham City are obviously one of those teams that I think a lot of people think might gate crash the playoffs late on. Southampton coming on really strong now as well, and there's a bunch of teams in there that any one of them, they put a run together. It's as Man Mountain said on All Aboard the Championship, you only need to put a run together at any stage of the season, and there's still time for a lot of those teams, maybe even for Sheffield United. I'm not holding my breath. We've got to do a lot. We've got to get to quote our manager, a lot of things right between now and the end of the season, and there are some tricky games coming up. We'll see. We can only try and win the next game, and that's what we've got to focus on. The gatekeepers here, Ian says, evening Lou and Russ, obviously hoping Brum drop some points. We can't, can we? Ooh, like and subscribe, support the channel. I don't know. Ian, Russ says we can. I don't know. And we're both positive ones. I think we, I always think we can win the next game. And that's the thing. Let's win the next game. Let's edge closer and see where we are come that end of the season. If anybody can see fruit flies flying around my house, I do live in a semi-rural area and it's spring. So they've all started to come inside. So forgive me if you see a load of stuff flying past the camera. Me and the missus have been trying to get rid of them for the last 2 hours. Guildford 98. All right, lads, night off from work, and I'm spending it here watching our league next season. Up the Imps. So we've got Lincoln City fan in the comments. Well, welcome, mate. Thanks for joining us. And you got to let us know what you think of Ryan One and how he's doing, because he seems to have had a fantastic start to his loan spell. He's a player that we've got high hopes for. We hope we can bring back and have an impact for the Blades. So let us know what you think of him as well. Dave Moore's back. I got 5, Russ. Oh, 5 from OK Jersey. So Dave Morewood's, and I bet are the all Brazil ones. Dave, he likes a Brazil shirt, does Dave Morewood. I don't blame him. Brazil 1970, I think he's got from OK Jersey. Guildford, thanks for Ryan One, by the way, absolute player. So he got him that feedback straight away. Come on, you Blue Boys, says Brummy Brett. So we've got a Birmingham City fan in the chat. Thank you for joining us, mate. And trying to remain impartial for this one, but good luck tonight. I'm wearing blue though, aren't I? That's probably a bad move actually, Russ, for impartiality, wearing a blue shirt. I should have gone with something more neutral. I didn't think of that, did I?
I've got sort of a bit of orangey, reddy.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We've got a little bit of lag on Russ's end. Hopefully that'll level out as we move along the stream. Mr. V, hello, mate. Nice to see you. Good evening, Lewis and Russ. Fingers crossed that Middlesbrough can do us a favour and drop Birmingham like a wet fart. Up the blades, up all the rambles, up the positive clicks. Like and subscribe. Yeah, you're right. Actually, one thing I've not pointed out yet, and Mr. V is absolutely right. As Sheffield United supporters, if we've got any interest in still getting into the playoffs, we've got to be hoping for a Middlesbrough win, really, haven't we? Sorry, Brum fans. We'll try and remain impartial throughout this, but let's be honest, a Middlesbrough win, if we still have any interest, is better for us. What will be, will be. I hope we get a good game of football tonight above all else. Evening, guys, says Matty. Hello, mate. Nice to see you as well. The gatekeeper's back with Guildford 98. Look after him, but don't forget he'll be scoring against you next season. Ian's in with a needle with our resident Lincoln City fan straight away, and he's always come back here. Let's have a look. Ian, we will have him back on loan if you want. No worries. Well, we'll see actually, because we don't know what the plan is for Ryan O'Neill moving forward. I would imagine that this loan is to prepare him and get him ready for being part of our squad next season. But we don't know that for sure. We don't know what their plans are for recruitment, and we don't know how ready Chris thinks he is. I've seen a bit of Ryan O'Neill before. I would like to think that he's young and he's got, I think, a high ceiling. He's got time to develop. I think there's a good chance he's a part of our squad next season, at the very least as a rotational player, maybe someone to push starters. Let's hope so. Mr. V says, Amazon Porch Pirates, go and get your package, Lewis. I think the missus has taken care of it, mate, thankfully. So hopefully she's not stolen the goods within and taken it for herself. Freddie Poke says, evening all, hope you guys are okay. Thank you, mate. Guildford, have Birmingham fans been as insufferable in the Champ as they were in League One last season? I think when a big club comes down to League One, I'll get your take on this, Russ, but when a big club goes down to League One, they tend to lord it up about being the big boys, don't they? We've been in that position. Sheffield Wednesday have been in that position. Sounds like Birmingham have very much been doing that last season. I think with me, I always felt like Birmingham would be competitive this season. I thought they did very well last season, came up with a decent squad and they strengthened it. They spent some money, but it's a big jump. And where they are in the league at the moment is kind of where I expected them to be. I thought they might be pushing playoffs, but not quite, which is, easy to say in hindsight. I know that you said, I said this, but I did genuinely think this is where they would be. Having said that, they've got a chance, haven't they, Russ? At this stage, they've got a chance to push into that top six, and then it's a lottery, isn't it, for that Premier League?
Yeah. I mean, they've come up with some financial clout. But what is interesting, if you compare these two teams now, you've got Middlesbrough, who are a sort of perennial non-parachute team, who've built really, really, really well, and are punching against some big money up there. Birmingham's come up with a sack full of money. I mean, I look at Birmingham and I think, there were one point they were talking about getting rid of the manager. They were having a bit of a dip, but they picked up. But they've got a decent squad with a bit of depth in it, and I would think that anything less than mid-table, they would be very disappointed. But they're in an opportunity now where, like ourselves, better than ourselves at the moment, that they could sneak in there. And if they do, then we know in the playoffs anything can happen. So Tom Brady, he could have backed a real winner. Who knows?
He could have done, and look, it's a big club, Birmingham City. Obviously, they spent a number of years in the Premier League, and they've got a lot of potential. So obviously backed by good investment. As I say, they spent some money in the summer. Jay Stansfield, I think, is a really good player. Tommy Doyle, a player we know from his time at Sheffield United. So yeah, they've done well. They've brought in some quality, and I think even if they don't do it this year, you would think they'd be a fairly strong contender going into next season. Ray says, "Evening lads, hope Boro do us a favour tonight. We need some results to go our way up all the rambles." IWAS? No idea. Any idea, Russ? IWAS?
IWAS.
Is it something to do with Wilder?
No. In Wilder. Oh, in Wilder.
We'll come back to it. Let us know, Ray. I've got to get better at these, I tell you.
Please in the comments.
Yes, that says, evening, Lewis and Russ. We need Boro to win this one and put a stop to Birmingham's challenge for the playoffs. Up the ramble, up the blades. Like and subscribe. Yeah, as pointed out again from a Sheffield United point of view, Wilder checkbox. We could do with a Middlesbrough win, but we are very much, I think, at the stage where we need to just do our bit and win the next game. All we can control is what we're doing, and how it shakes up above us and around us. It'll be what it'll be. Certainly, you look at the table and you think, yeah, from our point of view, probably a Middlesbrough win would be better. But I think it's going to be a close game, this. It could be a very interesting game. Brummy Brett says, "Evening, lads. Score predictions." Oh, he's really putting us on the spot now. I did say earlier I was kind of leaning towards Middlesbrough. Maybe just thinking about it, Russ, home advantage and Brum chasing the playoffs, Middlesbrough under a little bit of pressure. I might go for a Birmingham 2-1 win. I'm going to go Brum 2-1. What do you think, mate? Are you going the other way?
I'm going to flip it on its head 2-1.
2-1.
There you go.
2-1 says Russ, and 1-1 says Brummy Brett. Might get banned, but I hope Sheffield United don't go up for the good away day next season. And what a great away day it would be, and the other way around as well, actually, and not too far away. I think you might get your wish, to be honest with you, but you won't get banned for that, mate. We're all friends here. We're not going to put you down for that. It's a compliment to Bramall Lane in Sheffield. We'll take it that way. Sorry, should be like and subscribe, says Ray. Thank you, mate.
Good away day. Good away day.
Brian says, not much difference, Ray. All right, boys, hope you're doing well, says Jamie. Hello, mate. BBL, here he is. Best of luck with the show tonight, Lou. Unfortunately, I can't watch as I'm working until late due to a software release at work. All the best, Lee. Well, good luck with that, Lee. I had a chance to catch up with Lee a little bit in the pub before the QPR game at the weekend. Always a good laugh, Lee. He's a good lad, and thank you for leaving a comment, mate. Really appreciate that. Raise a few laughs in the comments here. Jamie says, "I got a feeling this is going to be a 2-2 draw." Well, that would be an entertaining game to watch, that's for sure. So we caught up with the comments, and just in time as well, because the players are making their way onto the pitch. So got a little bit of I don't know if they've had some fireworks on the pitch. I wasn't paying attention earlier, Russ, but there's a lot of smoke on the pitch. Must have been a fireworks display or something. But they've got the teams lined up on Sky now. Yeah. Do you want to take us through that, Russ?
Well, I've got Middlesbrough up at the moment here, so it's as expected. In that back four, Malander, Ayling either side of Fry looks good. Britton's solid there. I like Riley McGree. I do like him in a 10. I think he's possibly takes a little bit of, or rather Hackney takes more of the glory, but McGree's having a great season.
He is. I thought he was very good against
Sheffield United. It'll be interesting to see whereabouts they're going to play him, whether he's going to go right up top or whether he's going to go in the 10. But he's lively. He knows where the goal is. He's having a good season, Stansfield. So I wouldn't be surprised if he bags a goal tonight.
Yeah, and he's well. It looks like Sky have got him lined up playing in the 9 as well, so they've got him playing centre forward. I just managed to catch that a moment ago. I think mine is ever so slightly behind you at the moment. My stream, but it looks like they've got Middlesbrough lining up with wing back. Callum Britton is right wing back. They've got McGree more in a central 10 position as opposed to being on the left. So yeah, interesting, and Birmingham players just getting ready now. Jay Stansfield only 1 goal in his last 18 appearances, despite the fact that he's shown as going to be playing up top. But like you say, he's a lively. Really? Yeah, I'm surprised at that. But he's a lively player, as you say. He's got good movement. He gets about, keeps himself busy, press as well. I think he's a bit of a multiplier. And like we say, in that 4-2-3-1, when you've got one player playing up top, it's not always about goals. It's about what they give to the team and how they help bring players into the game behind them. So maybe that's what they're going for with Jay Stansfield up there. David Strelick as well.
Ball's on the spot now, so I'm going to pause it as it kicks.
Okay. So I'll let you know. I'll try and let you know just before
I think we're
going to kick off. Middlesbrough's record under Kim Hellberg, 17 games, 10 wins, 33 points, 31 goals, 16 conceded. It's impressive. He's done very well since he came in. And when we thought, their departing manager, Rob Edwards, might have an impact on them, Kim Hellberg's made it seamless. He's been excellent since he came in. And so the ball is on the spot now. And just being picked up for a moment and put back down. Daniel Mann and Don Goodman are the commentators this evening. And it's kicked off, so we should be, hopefully, Russ, more or less in sync. We'll do our best. As Iwata comes forward.
There we go.
And runs it down into the corner. It's going to be an early throw for Middlesbrough over in their left, just in front of the corner flag on their left-hand side. So Birmingham trying to get off to a fast start there, taking some territory up the pitch, and Middlesbrough now looking to work the ball back in play. So it's Matt Targett to take the throw, and he's going to launch that forward towards Hackney. Comes back to Melander, who plays that forward, but that's gone out of play just around about on the halfway line, just in front of the technical areas. Try and do a few more comments just while we're getting up and running. Freddie Pope says, "Don't worry, Guildford, we won't go up. You get your away day." Yeah, more than likely, mate, but let's try and stay positive if we can. Paul Aldrich, my mate, the Derby fan who quite often joins us for these watch-alongs. Welcome, mate. Nice to see you again. Evening, guys. It's me, Lowell. Remember to like, share, subscribe, please chat. This is a good thing about Paul, Russ. I think he was on one of the ones that you did. He really champions us and pushes for likes and comments and subscriptions. So we like Paul. He's a bit of a cheerleader for us.
A job in marketing, I'm sure.
Yeah. And
well, thank you, though, Paul. We do appreciate it.
We do, and he's back here. 80 watching and 17 likes. Let's hit 50 before half time. Yeah, he's at it already. Chimney for Big T. Yeah, Big T. I don't know if you caught his ramble on the road, Russ, but as usual, it was absolutely top class. We got an all white Mary Poppins from London, which was just brilliant. And oh god, honestly, I was drinking coffee watching it, and it nearly came down my nose. Absolutely hilarious. And he's just such a character, and he brings so much to the channel. I love those ramble on the road. They're just brilliant. We've got Jamie. All right, Paul. Hope you're well, pal. Paul Aldrich. Hi, Jamie. All good?
Yeah, it looks like Stansfield's definitely. Looks like Stansfield's ploughing that low furrow up front. Nice effort there from Tommy Doyle.
Yeah, just watching the replay now. So, it's a real giveaway there by Boro. And comes back to Tommy Doyle. He takes aim from about 20 yards out with his left foot. It's a terrific save from Solbrin. I really like Solbrin. I think he's a good goalkeeper. Really good. And Birmingham just looking to, with Patrick Roberts, play that ball around the corner for Damari Gray. Middlesbrough will come away with it. And
good work from Birmingham. They're getting around the ball.
Yeah, very good. And now they're just going to come out, try and bring the ball out with Lou Kaelin over on the right-hand side. And just trying to now steady things, keep a little bit of possession. Middlesbrough, Malanda taking a bit of a heavy touch there, but recovered. Hayden Hackney now with the ball. Hayden Hackney's a player that's often been talked about and has impressed. I thought he was very good at Bramall Lane as well, Russ. I don't know what you make of him this season. He seems to be a standout player for Middlesbrough, doesn't he?
He does. He's the one I think everybody's talking about. Really, he'll make the next level. I don't see why not at all. But as I did say earlier, Riley McGree for me is just as good. But I think he's taken all the plaudits only really this season. That was a good strike, that from Tommy Doyle. That was on target. Good height for the keeper, but
he's got that in his locker, hasn't he? We've seen it in a Blade shirt before. I'm thinking Blackburn in the FA Cup, and this one on his left foot here as well. He's a player with some technique. One that I would have liked to have kept, but obviously he moved on to Wolves at the time, and we missed out. But terrific for us that season alongside James McAtee.
He had a great pedigree at City,
and Damari
he was very
Gray,
obviously not a City type of player, but you could tell he had a good upbringing and been very well coached throughout his young career, and he was ready for good standard of football straight out of the box, really.
Birmingham just getting a little bit of an eye in there from the left-hand side. Damari Gray trying to cut inside, well defended by Lou Kaelin. Damari Gray went down, seemingly looking for a foul in the area, but the referee wasn't having any of it. So we are into the 6th minute of the game. It's still 0-0. Paul Aldrich is predicting Birmingham 3, Boro 1. And let's hope chat don't fail tonight, guys, says Paul. Yeah, I heard about this. So I never caught up with that part of... or maybe I missed it because I caught up with a small segment of the Sheffield United Coventry Watchalong, which was Gaz Dunn and Dave Morwood, which I believe went well, other than the fact that they couldn't get any comments up on the screen. Just wafting another fruit fly away there. Apologies. I believe they couldn't get any comments, but I think it was a StreamYard outage. So no such problems, Paul, at the moment, thankfully. And hopefully that won't be the case at any point tonight, because we do like to read everyone's comments out. I only have a couple of days off. If you need, Paul, mate, there's some holiday chat going off in here. And Brian says, good evening, Ramble family. I hope everyone is well. As ever, difficult as it may be, please keep the chat nice and clean. No shouting or caps. Enjoy your time here on the best football channel. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that, mate. And
does that include us?
Yes, it includes us as well. Birmingham on just bringing it over halfway. So that's Osai Samuel knocking a ball down the channel to Patrick Roberts. He's going to try and cut back inside. But Middlesbrough tidy that up, and Matt Target clears it down the line. But Birmingham are going to get it back. It's Tommy Doyle. And ball now worked over to the left to Damari Gray. He's going to look to take on Callum Britton and look to put a cross in, but Middlesbrough do enough to defend that, and it's headed away. Now, so Samuel plays a nice little ball inside to Iwata. It's Stansfield with a cross. Goes all the way past Sol Bryn. No one on the end of that. Ball back in and cleared by Middlesbrough. Boro having to do a little bit of defending here, Russ. Birmingham putting some early pressure on.
Yeah, they have. They're looking solid. I mean, one thing that Middlesbrough are very good at compacting their midfield and just tightening it up. Birmingham come out of the blocks really well. Got quite a bit of width in the game as well. So they're trying to create space out there, but Middlesbrough are trying to deny him. First little opportunity there for Middlesbrough. Can't see who that was.
And Birmingham trying to come away down their left-hand side.
finding the
Boro's
space.
right now, but it's out for a throw. And
Tommy Conway, what do you make of Tommy Conway?
Oh, that's a good question, Russ. Tommy Conway, he was a player that was obviously at Bristol City, a club quite close to where I live. He was good for Bristol City.
Yeah.
I thought he was a good signing for them. He was a decent servant to them. Actually came back to Ashton Gate when Middlesbrough and scored and celebrated in front of the home fans, which they didn't like a great deal. But I think he's a streaky player. I think on his day he's a threat. I like him in the sense that I've seen some good performances from him. I think at this level he's a solid championship forward. Whether he'd be good enough for the next level, not so sure. I think maybe he's found his ceiling. But he's a player that can potentially get you between 12 to 15 goals a season at this level. I don't think he's necessarily, although he does play at number 9 sometimes, I don't necessarily think he's got the style of an out-and-out centre forward. He's almost like a winger that plays up the middle of the time. He changes position.
Yeah. He doesn't strike me as being an out-and-out striker.
Well, he's good at stretching the play and running the channels, and he's good at linking up with people. Birmingham come forward. It's Stansfield over to Damari Gray. He's got a little bit of an eye on goal now.
That creates space for the others, doesn't it?
Yeah, he does. Damari Gray taking aim with his left foot, and it's blocked by Callum Britton. So coming up to 10 minutes. And Birmingham really having the strongest start.
Done all right so far.
Yeah. I think Birmingham have certainly had the better start in this one. And ball now over to the right to Patrick Roberts. Looks to play just a little incisive ball down the line to Osai Samuel, but it's cut off.
Yeah. Middlesbrough need to get hold of the ball and get some passes strung together.
Yeah, they just need to settle down a little bit at the moment, don't they? Certainly, Birmingham have, and maybe you would expect from the home side, have been quite dominant and have made the very front-footed start in this game. Kim Hellberg looking on at the moment. He's thinking about what they can maybe do to settle this down.
Yeah. Is this how Middlesbrough started against us? I think it might be,
It's a good question. It's more or less the same personnel. I'd have to look back, but I would say it looks more or less the same in terms of the players that started. Whether the formation is the same, I'm not quite sure. Don't think necessarily that it was, but Middlesbrough seem to be very good at changing things up. They've got 2 or 3 different formations that they can switch between. Birmingham coming forward now, Osai Samuel. Now it's Patrick Roberts on the right. He's going to cut inside, looking to make some space. He's got the ball on the edge. Will he shoot? He will, but it's blocked. And Roberts playing it out to the left. A cross comes in, and Luke Ayling deals with it. I think Luke Ayling's a valuable player. I know he's a player that's perhaps getting on in years now at this level, but he's been a good player at this championship level for the likes of Leeds United and Middlesbrough. I think he's steady. He offers some experience.
He certainly has. I bet he's good for the younger players as well.
You need him. You need that balance, don't you? You need that mix of experience and youth in your team, and he certainly offers the former in that respect. We got a comment from Jamie Paul. A couple of days off carp fishing, so we might have some fishing chat in the comments as well. That could well be coming, Russ. So Jamie's a keen fisherman. Racers, love the Derby fans' input.
Ramble fish.
All are welcome.
What's the daisy?
Oh, here we go.
Hello,
Sorry.
hello.
Eyes off the game, and it's Matt Target to put Middlesbrough 1-0 up. So it's the team chasing the top 2 that take the lead. Now we'll just get a replay.
How he found himself in that position. I'm looking forward to seeing the replay on that. It took me by surprise.
That came out of the blue, really, didn't it? So Middlesbrough have got the ball deep in their half. It's a lovely little diagonal ball over the top towards Matty targets a really good run. Takes it on his chest. Great first touch. Marvellous finish into the near post. That's an excellent touch and finish from that target. Who I think has been a really good signing for Middlesbrough.
Not a position he normally finds himself in, but there was nobody marking him.
Yeah, and he's one of those, isn't it? If you've got full-backs or wing-backs that can do that and be that third man running, it creates a real problem for the opposition, and it did there because no one picked him up. Damari Gray just threw there potentially, and Solbrin, good goalkeeping, comes out and claims that just on the edge of the area. And just diving back into the comments for a moment.
Good time to score for the away team, 13 minutes in.
Thom, brother from another mother, love being part of this big Ramble family. Truly, I've made friends for life in here and only been involved on screen for a matter of months. You've been a great addition. I can't get out of the habit of calling him Thom now. Thanks for that, Jimmy. I'm stuck calling him.
I'm saying.
But he's been a great addition, and he's mucked in really well with the lads. He had a good day out with us on Saturday as well. We didn't miss out on Doyle. Heck, he brought Tom Davis instead. I'll take your word for it. Might have been some financial restrictions that caused that. I think, although I don't know if he went to. I think initially he went to Wolves on loan, didn't he? And then they signed him permanently after that. So I don't really know what happened. I think it was probably loan spots. You're only allowed as a Premier League club two loan spots from the Prem, aren't you? And we used one for James McAtee. Can't remember who the other one was off the top of my head. Yeah. But obviously we had to make a decision and didn't go after Tommy Doyle. Paul says we got over 174 likes that night. Ray, you're welcome, Paul. I have a soft spot for Derby. And if I don't lose my place in the comments, we are a lovely fan base apart from the idiots. We've all got some of those, Paul. We've all got some of those. A sweet Jamie Bet. You got some whopper fishing tails. The one that got away. Deborah's here with hi Lou and Russ. Have you seen that Ruben Sayers has been sacked by Real Zaragoza? Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Deborah, because I forgot to mention that. So yeah, we found out today that Ruben Sayers is no longer at Real Zaragoza. What was your take on that, Russ? Obviously, he had a torrid time at Sheffield United, and it's not been much better back in Spain. Is he done as a manager at, let's say, I was going to say the top level?
Wednesday tapping him up, haven't they?
Yeah. Maybe goes back to being a football performance analyst or whatever he was.
Definitely. I mean, it's I still don't know what vertical football is now, and no one's ever told me what vertical football is. I did see us passing the ball forwards in the last game. Whether that's vertical or not, I don't know.
I think
I'm afraid Mr. Sellers has he's pulled the wool over a lot of, and it doesn't surprise me that we're talking about down there, and they're about 8 points adrift of from the being safety, let's say. Yeah. And there's another guy, the sporting director. Sounds like it's his. He must have been the guy that brought him in. He's gone as well. So I think that's the rule of the day. They brought those two guys in.
Yeah, well, it's had a shockwave effect over the season, hasn't it? But what's been and gone has gone. We can't change it. To say, Ruben, nothing personal against Ruben. I know there's a lot of people laughing about the fact that he's lost his job. The poor guy. I'm sure he didn't want to lose games as Sheffield United manager. Unfortunately, he did. He was out of his depth. But wish him well moving forward. Hope he manages to stay in football and does something good with the rest of his career. But unfortunately, it seems he's not cut out to be a manager at that level or anything near it. So but thank you for mentioning that, Deborah, because I would have potentially
reinvent yourself.
Paul says, 83 watching, guys, 37 likes. Please like and subscribe, share. It's free. Thank you, mate. He's such a cheerleader for us, Paul. We're so lucky to have him on these streams. 33 likes. Boro in front. Yeah, and something else I should mention is James Beadle took a right whack a few moments ago, Russ, didn't he? Collided with his own player coming out to meet the ball. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Both okay, though. Both all right. I think one of them was counting his duels, but yeah.
And I should just change my banner, get the score on the screen instead. There we go. So just to let you know, it's still 0-0. We are in the 19th minute of the game. Birmingham with the ball at their end of the pitch. So just trying to work the ball out of their area. It's been blocked by Tommy Conway. He's gone out for a goal kick.
Middlesbrough have got a little bit of rhythm going now. They seem to be getting the press sorted out.
And Paul says, we have your kryptonite, Sheffield Wednesday, Saturday. I'm going for Derby for Wednesday 0. I think we've been more their kryptonite in recent times, Paul. I can't remember the last time they beat us. You could have knocked me over with a feather last week, and when they managed to score against us. I don't think I've seen that for quite some time either. Extreme Dave says, just about to say Middlesbrough need to turn up the gas, and then they produced that. Fair play in it. Yep. Yeah, they didn't start the game so well. Birmingham were very much on the front foot, but they've got some quality in Matt Targett. He made a great run, wonderful first touch on his chest and a good finish. But he's capable of that, and he's been a very good signing for Middlesbrough. I thought it was, a bit of an eyebrow raiser when they got him, to be honest.
Yeah. They're putting it together now, Middlesbrough. They're just starting to change gear now.
3-1 still on. 82 watching, 38 likes, 50 is possible for half-time chat. Yep. Get in the comments, guys, and as many likes as possible. It helps the channel, as Paul says, and we all appreciate it. Thom says our other loan was Mason Holgate in the Prem. Yes, it was, mate. We had Yasser Larousse on loan as well, didn't we? But he was kind of an overseas loan rather than being a Premier League loan. You get different slots, I think, don't you? So Mason Holgate.
Yes, forgot about Holgate.
And I think vertical football is just code for smash the ball. And Holgate, I don't know. I think I last saw him in the Championship. But Extreme Dave says, I think vertical football is just code for smash the ball and hope for the best. I think vertical football, in the case of Ruben Sayers at Sheffield United, was taking us right to the bottom of the table. It was vertical in that sense, Dave. So, definitely smash and grab, says Paul.
Yeah.
Killian says, hey up, Ramblers.
Way up. Ooh.
And Ian says, Paul Aldrich Brewster to put the ball in the Wednesday net again. Yeah, I remember. Wasn't it the game at Hillsborough earlier in the season where Derby played, and Brewster absolutely sent one of the Wednesday defenders to the shop. I mean, he absolutely sent him flying and managed to score on. He certainly scored for us at Hillsborough. I don't know if he scored that day, but he certainly was involved in one of the goals.
I was a massive.
I'm saying 0-0. Yeah, of course it is. I am. Do you know what?
Roosters. I really was. I've always championed them.
We will. I'm glad I've got some sensible people in the comments that can tell me when to update the score, because, and I will get better at this, folks. I promise. But I am always slow to that. And one of the best people to have on the watch along for that purpose is Jamie Dumpling, because he always points it out to me. He always points out my flaws and manages to get it sorted for me. So
he doesn't miss a trick, does he?
He does not. He does not. He's switched on, and so there we go. We fixed it. Thank you, guys.
That goal's definitely settled this game down. It's took the sting out of Birmingham a little bit.
Yeah, it's just knocked him back a little bit, hasn't it? Ray says Brum looked vulnerable at the back. Yeah, I would agree, mate. Holgate currently out on loan at Qatar. Oh, okay. Oh, in Qatar, sorry.
Really?
In
Qatar. Yeah, it's a bit naughty out there, isn't it, at the moment? I've got an old friend who was in Dubai at the moment, was on a stopover in a hotel sell, and he's is my Wi-Fi getting some criticism?
Yeah, Jimmy's ribbing you over the Wi-Fi. James Beale is as bad as Russ's Wi-Fi. Yeah, do you know what? It comes in and out. It's all right sometimes, and then it just lags a little bit. But I know we've had a few people in the past who had issues with the Wi-Fi.
I know I've got. I checked all the connections. I've got all strong.
We've had we had problems in the past with Meldrew's Wi-Fi. He's had some issues, or with devices and Wi-Fi. Dave used to bemoan Sky, Dave the Nose, and I can speak from experience. I can back him up on that. Although my Sky seems to have been all right recently. I don't know if the speeds and stability have improved. Brewster hat trick.
I'm on Sky and I don't have any problems. Yeah.
I'm on a wage, surely, says Paul. We'll let you know, Paul, as soon as we can afford it. The prosecution rests, says Jimmy. Our next 5 games, how many points do you think we will get? And how many do you think we will need to keep the playoffs alive? So my opinion on what you need, Liam, to get into the playoffs, and I've been tracking the points average of this season, mainly because I've been doing the All Aboard the Championship stream. I've been tracking it at 75 points for 7th, and it's kind of more or less, for 6th, not 7th. It's kind of more or less held at that all season. At the moment, I think I looked at it, Wrexham were averaging 74.91, something like that. So it stayed at kind of 75. I think you need 75 points minimum to get 6th place. I think it's one of those seasons. To do that, we need 27 from our remaining available 33, and that is a big ask. That's on the basis that you need 75. You might not. A lot of teams might drop off, but you do need a lot to drop off to be able to bring that average total down. So that's what I think we need. It's going to be tough. In terms of the next 5 games, how many do you think we'll get? Well, we've got West Brom next, haven't we? And then I think we've got Norwich and Birmingham. I'm just going to look at the fixtures now while we've got a Middlesbrough now with Hayden Hackney. Matt Target, 2-0. 2-0 Middlesbrough. And it's Matt Target again, tucking the ball underneath the goalie. And I was about to dive into Sheffield United fixtures there. Sorry, Birmingham and Boro.
You think this is...
And
he's pretending to be understood.
So while I'm thinking on, I'll get the score changed. But very, very much in control of this game now, Boro. And what have I done here?
So he's out there on his own again.
Way around, isn't it?
Out wide.
I don't know.
Possession it was.
Yeah, great ball across from Hackney. Tucked into.
He's had acres of space again, just like he did on that first goal.
Tucked into the middle part of the net by Matt Target. Just a nice tidy finish underneath the goalkeeper. So Middlesbrough very much in command of this, and 2-0 up after a very strong start from Birmingham. Looked like they were very much in control of things, and it just shows you how quickly it can change. The Championship is a wild division, as we know, and the teams are very evenly matched.
It was interesting that a few weeks ago they showed the touch maps for Duxia and Stansfield. They'd only got 3 or 4 touches up to that point, which for all that pressure they put on it early on in the game, they've had nothing since they lost the momentum at all.
No, Middlesbrough are still very much on top here. They've got the ball halfway into the Birmingham half. That's cleared, but only as far as halfway, and Middlesbrough just looking to work it back over now. Luke Haley. So Fry is going to play it over the top towards... It's like Tommy... No, that's cleared by Birmingham, so that's going to go out for a Middlesbrough. Oh no, it looked like he was going out for a Middlesbrough throw. He's curled back in, so it's come back to Luke Haley. And the ball just bobbling around at the moment. The referee calls for offside. That's going to be a Birmingham free kick. And Matt Target having a big impact in this game. 2 goals for the left back. And just showing the replay of his goals here. So
What's
the
the-
first
what's
one
the
off his chest, tucked into the near post.
Was on a hat trick. Oh,
Hackney Lane across the ball into a
finishing,
similar position
yeah.
for the second.
Well,
And getting back
What's
to
a
Liam's
good
question,
sign?
next 5 games, Liam. We've got two very difficult away games in the middle of that with Norwich and Birmingham. I mean, certainly from the next 3 games, I think it'd be great if we could take 7 points. That might be a little bit ambitious. They are 2 very difficult fixtures. Following West Brom, who are fighting for their lives as well. Next 5, I don't know. If we can take 11 points from that, I don't think we can complain. But unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be enough to work our way into a position. I think some teams above us are going to carry on winning games. I don't see too much of a drop off from Southampton at this point. Birmingham struggling here against Middlesbrough, so that's one team that we can potentially catch. I think we just have to win the next game, mate. We've got to. For me, we can only afford to drop another 6 points. So, but I'd take 11, 12 points from the next 5. I think that'd be a good turnaround. And put 50.
The 6 points is a vital.
Enjoying this, Lou, with your co-host Norman Collier, says Ian. I don't know, Birmingham winning, says James. Yeah, sorry, James. I put the score the wrong way around, Russ. I put Birmingham winning 1-0 earlier. I must get better at doing the score banner at the bottom and keeping it up to date, because people will absolutely not let you get away with anything. Paul says losing video printer is wrong. Yes, Paul, I've spotted it. Thank you, mate. Not wrong with my Wi-Fi. Mark's going to go at me for attacking his Wi-Fi. Well, hopefully it'll hold steady tomorrow night, mate. I have the utmost faith. Wow, too, says Ray. Score wrong way around. Yes, thanks, mate. I'm in all the excitement, I got it the wrong way around. You know what? I thought, finally, they've scored. I'm going to change the score straight away. For once, I'm keeping up with it. And then I noticed that I got the score the wrong way around in the first place anyway. So you can't do right for doing wrong, can you? Paul says 90 watching and 45 likes. 0-2 like hot knife through butter, says Thom. Thank you for that. Just about forgot Holgate, says Dave Morwood. Yeah, we all wanted to forget Holgate. We wanted to forget most of that season, didn't we? Yeah. Damari Gray comes forward, and that is a great challenge from Luke Ayling. Yeah. Birmingham with a throw-in. Back to halfway. And Middlesbrough now Middlesbrough can get set, can't they? They're 2-0 up. They can sit back, get set, and try and hit Birmingham on the break now, which I suspect is very much what they're
That's
an
interesting graph there. Shows the momentum swinging. Yeah.
Boro 2, says Paul Aldrich. Matty on target. Bless you, Russ, mate, says Thom. Yeah, Russ, you were very unwell last week, weren't you? You had a touch of the flu. Are you feeling much better now?
Yeah, floored me last week. Floored me. There was no way I could make the Coventry game. So I ended up watching the Watchalong, the infamous Dave Morwood's Watchalong, which was quite fun. But I'm back on form now, man.
Brilliant. No, that's good to hear, mate. And Matt Target, new centre forward.
2 marathons already just today.
Yeah, I bet. It takes it out of you. It's hard to recover from as well, isn't it? Some years, it gets harder as you get older, I'm noticing as well. Now I'm starting to get a little bit older. It can knock you out a little bit. James says some years teams have got 6 with around 66, 68. They have, James. I remember those years.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen this year, James. I think I'd be surprised if a total like that would get you into the playoffs this year. As I say, I think it's going to be around about 75. So I think we've got a great deal to do if we want to get in there, and I think it's going to have to be a near flawless finish to the season. But you just never know. You just have to get on a run and see where you are. That's all we can do. Middlesbrough now with a free kick over on their right-hand side. It's going to be swung in left-footed. And it was a decent delivery, but Birmingham just about get that away. It comes out as far as Hackney now. Hackney's going to try and work it inside, swings wildly, and his shot goes out for a throw-in. So yeah, just taking a punt from about 18 yards out, and yeah, that's well wide of the target. Boro doing to Brum what they did to us, says Dave Morwood. Yeah, very similar, mate. I agree. Has a similar feel to it, doesn't it? Remember to hit like, chat aiming for 50 before half time, says Paul. Extreme Dave says Middlesbrough are really good at breaking teams down. They did it to us, and they're not doing it here at all. Sorry, and they're doing it here and all. He says we got Bolton fan in the comments. Welcome to you. It's the view from the mountain. Evening, lads. What sort of investment will Boro need if promoted, as many expect? Loving this chap's top stream. Evening, Paul. Thank you for joining. I should say, just before I answer Man Mountain's question, those of you that watch All Aboard the Championship will know that Paul is normally the lead host of that, and I'm his co-host and let's say pundit, for want of a better expression. Clearly, with Mark Meldrew coming on board, that is going to change. So the two streams that we do, All Aboard the Championship and Top 20 Takes, Paul is stepping back from. I'm very sad because I loved working with him. I really respect his opinions on football. He's an absolute top man and a good friend. But he's going to focus on doing some other stuff on the Ramble, and we need him to do that stuff as well. Like potentially a returning show. Wink, wink. We'll see. We'll see what comes up. I'm not going to give too many spoilers away. But Paul's going to be getting involved in some other stuff, and he gets involved in a lot. Yeah, he's spoiled. Jimmy spoiled it. Oh, did he? Has he spoiled that already? I didn't catch that one, but no, we'll all be happy anyway with Paul getting involved in some other stuff. As say, he's a big loss to me, but I've got a good man coming in Mark Meldrew and one or two other people. Gaz is going to stay involved as well, and possibly you might see George Watson from time to time. So yeah, I just wanted to thank Man Mountain for that, for getting me involved in the first place. Yeah. Evening, lads. What sort of investment will Boro need if promoted, as many expect? To answer that question, mate, I think a lot. I think you would probably agree with me. There are, Coventry look a good bet to go up now. I would say Middlesbrough have got a very good chance. Yeah. I think both those teams, and I would say Coventry we'd have to say, are marginally the stronger team of the two. I think they've both got to spend a lot of money when they go up, and I think it's the challenge now, isn't it? There's such a big gulf and a gap to close when you get promoted to the Premier League. I think they've both got players in their squad that could potentially bridge the gap from an individual point of view. But it's both ends of the pitch, isn't it? In particular, you need to strengthen your defence. You need to strengthen up top when you go up. It's finding goals. It's finding enough goals. I think
if you look at how much the teams that are have already spending this year, well, I think I saw yesterday Sunderland 200 million that they've spent, and they'll finish mid-table. And will have had a great season. Crikey, what would Middlesbrough have to spend? Middlesbrough, I would say, possibly about the same quality of team as Sunderland were last year, maybe slightly better. But as a base, you've just got to throw the whole shooting match at it in that first stint just to stay up, I think.
It's tough. I think that's fair. They probably are roughly at about Sunderland's level, I would say, last year. So you've got to spend a hell of a lot of money to be competitive. We're probably talking well in excess of 100 million plus, aren't we, Paul? I think that's what I would say, and even that sometimes not enough. Leeds have gone up and they've spent money, not eye-watering money. Probably they've spent more on wages, bringing Calvert-Lewin in and whatnot. They've done it a slightly different way and have been very, very structured, as we know, in terms of the tactics and the way they've gone about it, and are still not quite out of the woods yet. It's tough, isn't it? It's really tough. Thank you for commenting, mate. Really appreciate it. Paul says, he's just copying someone in there. Bolton Wanderers. Someone really plugging for the for Bolton Wanderers. Lots of Bolton Wanderers comments in the chat. He says championship for us. Well, Bolton have been down at in the third and I think they're in the fourth tier at one point, haven't they, for quite a while. It'd be good to see Bolton back. It's a good club, Bolton Wanderers. Good traditional club. Very historic club, isn't it? So, and one that I always kind of knew as being a second tier side.
I remember going up to Bolton. Was it the first away game of Chris Wilder's tenure? I think we went up to Bolton, and it's when Chris Hussey played and O'Connell, and both of them had a shocker. We thought, oh, crikey, what we got here. O'Connell, I think he was guilty for a goal or two. A terrible game. What a player he turned into.
Absolutely. And Man Mountain's back in the comments as well. Been so impressed watching Ayling at centre-back recently. Yeah, because we were singing his praises earlier, Paul. He was... Yeah. I always kind of remembered him as a right-back, and he seems to be, as some players do, as they get a little bit older and they're less adventurous going forward and maybe lose a little bit of a yard of pace. They kind of come inside a little bit, don't they? And he's ended up playing centre-back. I think he's very effective there. And I think he offers them so much experience and leadership. Middlesbrough fishing for a penalty there. I think it's Tommy Conway that's gone down, but the referee's not buying it. And it's cleared.
Yeah.
And Tom says, I think HB likes Bolton. Not sure what gave it away. Just a sneaking suspicion. Yeah, he's a proud Wanderers fan. Paul says Russ looks like Terry Silver from Cobra Kai. You know what? I watched Karate Kid donkeys years ago when I was younger, and I can't remember it very well. Paul, people in the comments will have to tell me who Terry Silver is. I really can't remember.
From Cobra Kai. I'll have to go Googling it, yeah.
Ray says his postman's a Bolton fan. They have some great banter. And Jack, hello, Jack. Nice to see you, mate. Evening, gents. Good win for Boro if they hold on.
Oh, okay.
You seen a likeness?
I'll take that.
Oh, that's the dude, is it? Yeah, I remember him. I'd take that.
Oh,
he's
definitely. I'm all over that.
I'd take that.
Yeah. I'm surprised nobody noticed earlier. Yeah, okay.
Oh, man.
I'll have to have a shave more often.
Ray says, would love them to come up and get to their stadium. Assume he means Bolton. To get in the playoffs, we need to be 9th after the Easter games minimum. Yeah, quite possibly, James. And that's no easy task in itself because, as I say, there's a lot of traffic ahead of us, and not all of those teams are going to keep dropping points. We've got one here in Birmingham that looks set to drop points at the moment. And Thom says, just seen a post on X on the topic of old players. Since Ben Godfrey has signed for Brøndby, they've conceded 1 goal. Yeah, it's a different level up there, isn't it? And I think maybe Ben Godfrey's found that at the moment. Shame with him because he looked like he was going to be a bit of a player at one point, but it's not quite worked out after he's moved abroad.
He didn't say that he'd signed, but we don't know if he played.
Shot for Birmingham and it's deflected and it goes back to Sol Bryn. So it was Dutch there with a shot. I've had to practice saying his name. It's a really difficult one to pronounce. It's Ducksch. It's Duksch. But I've pronounced it all sorts of different ways, and one way not so flattering. But we got Jack. If Cov and Boro go up, and if they come down, they'll run the champ for a while. I think they recruit so well. Yeah, there's a lot of teams that are getting more savvy, Jack, aren't they, with recruitment? I think Sheffield United are. I know I say that, and after the summer we had last time out, and we made some absolute shockers in the market last summer. But I think in general we do find good players, and we've got a decent scouting setup now, and I think over time it gets better. We just went a little bit bonkers in the summer with the managerial change and one or two other people coming to the club. But I think we'll get back on track now, and hopefully we'll be one of those teams that's a little bit more savvy in the market moving forward. Baltimore Rangers can batter everyone in the championship. Yeah. Your word for it. Absolutely fantastic chat. 50 likes. Not being greedy, but can we get 75 plus before the end of the stream? Let's try the chat. Paul is really pushing for a salary here as as our biggest cheerleader. We appreciate him. Lou, you've said that you think we need to play.
I was wondering if we were to like it as well. Is that narcissistic?
Good question. I'm going to say no, because I have to say all of the streams that I take part in, when Jim first puts them on and lists them, I go and like them, because it's not really about the ones presenting. I don't think it's about helping the channel, and it's all about the algorithm.
Well, I was the second one that did the like.
I think I might have been the first. Or maybe not. Maybe it was the first or third. But I always go on and like them. It helps the channel. It's not about getting myself more views. It's about getting the Blades Ramble and Ramble FC more views. That's what we want. And I do that. I try and like every single video and stream if I can. And I watch the vast majority of them, or at least parts of them. So I always make sure I give it a like, and just helps everyone really.
I watch a lot of YouTube, and there's very few times when, even when I've not particularly enjoyed a video, could be anything, any subject, I generally do like it because someone's put the effort in to provide me with something free.
Yeah,
so why not like it?
Exactly. It costs nothing to do it, and people have given, like you have tonight, Rush. You've given up your time to do this. And it's just appreciated, and the amount of views and comments that we're getting are really appreciated as well, particularly on a Monday night when it's not always easy to get people to join the watch along when there's a game on as well. No problem. Jack says, Lou, you've said that you think we need a different partnership at centre back. So who would you go for next season? That's a really good question, Jack. Putting me on the spot, but a really great question. I like both Tanganga and Bindon. I like them both. I think they're both good players. I think Bindon is a player with some potential. He's good enough to start in our team, but I think in some ways Tanganga and Bindon are different, but in other ways they're quite similar. And I think the one thing we lack with that pairing is that they're not quite physical.
I don't know if you can still hear me, mate. You're frozen for me. Nearly half time here. 45-40. Ooh, yeah. It's quite a foul, that one. Riley McGree, one of my faves. Didn't just go straight across him. Yeah.
Anyway, here we go. I'm back. So it looks like I'm back. No issues with my connection. I love mine, says Paul. I've just seen that come in at the bottom. Please let me know, folks, if you can see me and hear me. I appear to be back. I can see myself and I can hear myself, but I don't know if you can. I will try and add Russ back in a moment as well, just when I know this is settled Okay, we'll try that, folks. I have, can you believe it? I've had to hotspot from my phone. We're going to give that a try, as opposed to my Sky Fibre broadband. Unbelievable. It doesn't normally fail me, but it seems to have tonight. I'm going to try and get Russ back in the room now. Hopefully you can all see and hear me at this point. I do apologise. Thank you for staying with us. And
hello,
Russ,
good evening, and welcome.
Hello. And welcome, yeah. Like. So we're back, and I do apologise, folks. Bit of an outage there. Someone's forgotten to put 50p in the meter.
Yeah,
it's half time,
and it is half time.
It's half time, and it's Birmingham City 0, Middlesbrough 2. So Middlesbrough very much in control of this.
I thought it was good after football, actually. Interesting half.
It was, and finished with a mishap. It wouldn't be a ramble if that wasn't the case. I'm just I might have to skip a few comments, guys, because I'm definitely need to put something in the meter. Says Deborah. I was back, and then I wasn't, Jimmy. Yeah, everyone's in the comments letting me know. I'm testing. Ray says, and gone again, can't beat the ramble. Yeah, it wouldn't be a ramble otherwise, would it, Ray? Paul says, Terry Silver has got you shut down. Testing. Hello, are you there? Frozen Terry again, Silver. Bristol Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is normally steady. I don't know what's happened. There is something, actually, where my kids... Well, my kids are... they're only young, but they're gamers, so they play Roblox on their tablet and things like that. And they're both playing it tonight. I can hear them charging upstairs to bed. A bit late for them, actually. They're normally in bed before this, so they were obviously a bit wired. But they've taken their iPads upstairs and dragged the Wi-Fi connection up with them, so that's probably got a lot to do with it. But my hotspot on my phone seems to be steady, so we'll work with that for now. And as we say, half time. Two half time.
Am I still behind you?
Say again, Russ.
Am I still behind you?
Yes, you are, I believe.
That's a yes, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Jimmy Ramble's there.
2.5 seconds there.
I'll not make the faux pas of bringing him up on the stage this time. I can see Jimmy Ramble. He's trying to help us out, I think. But here he is. Oh, he's on mute.
Hello. Good evening. Oh, he's as bad as well. Look at it. Is it StreamYard? Oh,
human error, as always. Someone sent the bat signal up, so I just thought I'd come and answer the call. What's going on?
Or anything and everything. So I'm hotspotting now.
I'm well behind.
So, Russ, I'll just ask you a question, and then I'll wait for 5 minutes till you answer it. And there we go.
There go on, then. Go on, then.
No, what network are you on, Russ?
Sky, mate.
Yeah, that's
Sky,
where we're going wrong.
Fast broadband, believe it or not.
Well, I don't know where it's running from, but it's not that fast. How is everybody? I'm not going to stay because you guys, you guys are back up and running, doing a great job. Thank you. I just thought I would have to jump in and solo stream it if you were both down, but that's. I'm here if you need me, Phil, as you know. So
thanks, mate.
I'll leave you to it, guys.
I have no idea what this must look like on the other side. I really don't.
It's Ramble, isn't it? Ramble, that's what we do. Yeah. Cheers, lads. Appreciate it. It's a good stream, isn't it? It's a good stream and it's a good game as well. I'm enjoying it.
While you're doing nothing, let me just go for a comfort break and you keep
all right, you go for a comfort break. Go on then.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Go on. It's all right.
He's accused me of being an old man earlier, so I'm going to.
Well, that's disgraceful. That's disgraceful. I we don't have to wait for as long for you as we do your Wi-Fi to catch up. But go on, get yourself.
Oh.
Take him off for a moment.
He's a top lad, is Russ. But I tell you what, he's got hamster going. I think in his gear.
Well, it looks like I needed to have plugged in tonight. Mine is normally pretty steady. The issues I had in the past were devices. I had a device that couldn't handle it.
I must say, I'm absolutely very disappointed because we're always spot on with tech on Ramble. So I can't have you bringing the image down of the channel. It's just unacceptable. So,
without previous track record of
yeah, that's right, mate. That's right.
I'm gonna plug it in next time. But better than the two Ronnies, Paul says.
Oh, nice one, Paul. Paul, our like machine. Love that from Paul. Top man.
Has he got
us over that 50 milestone before half time? I think he has, actually.
I think he has. Yeah, he was pushing for 75 plus. He was getting a bit greedy. But
that is greedy.
He's a good cheerleader.
Oh, way up. Hey, Mambo. Let's have a look. See what we're on 57. Good lad. He got us to 100 last time before game had finished. So we're on track for that as well.
Well, let's hope we hold out for that. Russ says, oh, yeah, spot on, couldn't make it up. Think we'll ever get technology sponsor? What could go wrong? We might need to. We need it for the free gear, I think, don't we?
I know. Hey, there's some exciting changes coming in though, pal.
There's some exciting changes coming. So I mentioned earlier, Jim, the changes that are happening on. Well, I haven't given away all the changes. I didn't want to spoil too many things.
No, you let the bad news out first, didn't you? That Mark Meldrew's joining the team in a bit more of a capacity. But then everything else gets better, I promise. So stay with us.
It does. When are we doing the big reveal for the other show? Are you?
Whenever you want. It's your gig. No, it's your gig. You can do it if you want. To be honest, I don't know how much of our audience will be familiar with your new co-host on Top 20 Takes. However, it won't take them long because if they're not familiar with them, then they should be. Well, I know they'll be pleasantly surprised at how good he is. So we don't have to reveal it yet, mate, because it's a week or two away, isn't it? I think so. We're just giving that a little breather while we get everything together. But Mark Meldrew stepping into the breach of All Aboard the Championship, and thank you to Mr. Meldrew for that. I know we're joking, but that is because Man Mountain, who's not going anywhere, by the way, is resuming View from the Mountain on the Blades Ramble. So, yes, it's very good. I'm very excited about all the little tweaks and nudges that we're doing to things because it's good. We've also added Mark Meldrew and Dave the Nose to the hosting pool of Football Therapy. So, excellent. So there you go. So tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow. What day are we on? Monday? No, Wednesday at 8 o'clock. There will be 3 of 5. So it'll be either me, Dave the Nose, Lee, Jord, and/or Mark Meldrew. I think at the moment it'd be Lee, Jordan, Meldrew, but we'll have to wait and see. That will be presenting Football Therapy, doing breakout stars in the Championship this season. So, yeah, there you go. There's your little plug. And I love mine. I love that mine as well.
That's going to be an interesting topic. And Meldrew's everywhere at the moment, isn't he? He's everywhere.
He loves it, does Meldrew. He can't get enough. Heard him fits. He's back anyway. Is Russ. I think he's gone to put 50p meter. So we'll get him back.
I'm back.
He's here. Hello, mate.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I've just picked the Wi-Fi router up off the floor, and it's the line of sight now.
Okay.
So we've got as fast as Hackenthorpe can muster.
So what's happened to your picture then?
That was a delay, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
My picture.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah.
I don't know. Are we back, Owen?
We are back, mate. We are back.
Live. So we're live on the internet.
We're live.
It all looks spot on from here.
Blooming heck. You do look spot on, Ross. It's just the signal's not great. That's all. It's no slight on your character.
I know that. I'm ashamed. That's why.
That's what I said that to our Sophie. You're beautiful. I know. I'm going to have to start reining it back in. You know what I mean? A little bit, because I don't want to get in a bit of a superiority complex. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to leave you to it, lads. Thank you very much for your efforts tonight. I've been thoroughly entertained with the tech issues and everything else.
Issues, what you do. It's your job.
And then I'm going to go and enjoy your watch along with the game as well. So I'll catch up with you soon, boys. Thanks for having me. See you later.
You watch our misery. Thank you so much.
So he was talking about the changes to the show. I won't give away all the spoilers at this point. but top 20 takes is going to return in a couple of weeks, and there's going to be a new co-host alongside me. I'm not going to say who that is, but we've got, it's a little bit of a coup. It's a real coup, actually. Who we've got, from my point of view, it's someone that I've watched and really respect and think he's very, very good. So they get to they get the pleasure of working with an absolute amateur like me and someone that can't even put together a stable broadband connection. But we'll see how we get on for the rest of this, Russ. As I say, I'm hotspotting at the minute. I'm not going to come off there for the time being.
At the moment, then.
We're stable. I've had another moment. And all blurry, Russ, says Brian. Evening, Dave. 103 watching, 64 likes. Thank you, Paul. He's pushing for us. So, Lou, you said you wasn't sure about the centre-back partnership. Thank you, Jack. He's come back to that subject because we were talking about it. If so, would you go for next season? Who would improve us? Good question, mate. I think there are going to be a lot of good players available in the market in the summer. I think there's going to be some good free transfers potentially. In terms of centre-backs, can't think off the top of my head. I would like someone, like I mentioned, with a little bit more height, someone a bit more physically imposing to play alongside either Tanganga or Bindon. Someone like Ben Mee. Now, Ben Mee is hopefully going to be around still next season. He's getting on a bit in years, but I still think he has something to offer. He's obviously had an injury problem recently, which caused him to lose his place. Bindon's come in and done very well. But I would like someone in that mould, maybe someone a little bit more experienced and someone with a bit of physical presence there, just to get the balance right at centre-back. I think it's a very important position. But I would still sign Tyler Bindon as well permanently if we can, because I think he'll be available for a reasonable price, and I think he's a good option. He's good competition for anybody else that we sign, and he's good competition for Jaff.
Yeah. What's your number, Lou?
Me number as a player.
I'm thinking probably 5, Bindon.
For Bindon? Oh, good question. As I say, I think I would sign someone as well as Bindon, but I think Jaff plays. So I think Bindon's maybe not 5. Bindon may go on to prove me. I think Bindon's got time to develop. He's a young player. We'll see. I think he'd still be a good one to bring in. We're going to need options there. You know, Ben Mee might not still be around. I think his contract ends at the end of the season, so it's whether they renew him. Mark McGuinness, I'm sorry, he just hasn't impressed me that much since he's joined the club. I think we need to recruit at centre half, and that maybe starts with Bindon and one other. No. But centre back, I don't think is a.
But of course, we need to see what Sasnowski's is like.
Well, there is that, Russ. There is Sassy, as Bisto Brett calls him, Dovi Sasnauskas, who I think is a player of some potential. Yes. Did play a bit in the team in pre-season when Ruben Sayers was around, but clearly not believed to be of the right standard at the moment to get to the first team ahead of some of the other options we've got. So he might be involved next season. I think we do need to look to bring some experience in if Ben Mee leaves. So difficult question to answer, Jack. If I think of anyone during the stream, I'll let you know. But I don't think centre-backs are massively difficult.
I really would like to get Bindon in it.
Yeah, I think so. I think he'll be available at a reasonable price as well.
I thought we were off again, but you're showing the chances again.
I'll try and get back into some comments. If I've missed some comments, guys, I do apologise, obviously, because of the tech issues that we've had during the stream. There may be a bunch of them that I've not got to and probably won't get to now. We'll try and get to some of them if I can. Brian says, please like and subscribe and share the channel. Cost no, it really helps us build Ramble FC. You can really help by telling other people about us. Your recommendations is a powerful thing. Thank you for that, Brian. Appreciate that, mate. Ramble is the best channel going. Mistakes, banter, and great chat. Can't beat it, says Paul. We're authentic, Paul. That's the thing, and that starts with the man that was on our screen a few moments ago, Jimmy Ramble. It's totally authentic. There's no acting. There's nothing. We're just normal people that love football. We come on to have fun and have a chat and watch a game And it's brilliant. And I think people
Busy
buy into
week.
it. I really do.
What you see is what you get.
Exactly that. Dave Morwood says the Ramble is so good. Catchphrase being "I love mine." All blurry Russ. Evening, Dave.
Oh,
102
blurry Russ.
Likes. We came back to that.
Well,
so you think we are missing that physicality? Yes, Jack, I do. I think there's times where I've noticed where we've conceded a goal either from a cross or a set piece, or when the ball gets laid across. I'd just like to have someone there with a bit more physical presence, and someone that likes to get tight to forwards as well. I know it's difficult in the modern game because quite often you can draw a foul, but if you get someone that's got that presence but is also experienced and a bit of a leader, can read the game well, I think I'd like someone to play alongside either Jaff or Bindon. As I say, I see them being quite similar. So I do think we're missing that in some respects. We're certainly not missing it in the middle of the park, as we've seen with Rothwell and Calvin Phillips. If they stay around, Phillips probably not, but a good chance Rothwell will if he stays around into next season. We're probably not lacking physicality in that area.
The thing is, yeah. I mean, with the strength of the two centre midfielders dictates just how effective the centre halves are, and vice versa. So they're working very much as a unit. Since Gyro's come back, that you can see how it's just tightened up, and he drops into the spaces that the centre halves let him, so they can split. So.
And second half,
well, the game's off. We kicked off 45 and 6 seconds.
Damari Gray's got the ball just inside the penalty area, tries to fire a ball across with his left foot, and that's cleared by Middlesbrough. It comes back as far as Osai Samuel on the right. He's looking for Patrick Roberts, and Birmingham just trying to find a way back into this game at the moment. Ball down the line. And Iwata tries to play the ball in, but Dale Fry stands up well and defends it. Jack says, I really like Bindon, completely changed my view on him, but I also love Ben Mee. Yeah, I'd agree with you, Jack, on Bindon. I like him, and he changed my opinion as well. I think he was one of the players that suffered from the position we were in with the previous manager at the start of the season. I don't think anyone was playing well, and I think as a young player coming in on loan, very difficult for him. Birmingham looked to work the ball back into the box with Patrick Roberts. It's cleared. And Damari Gray looking to get in, but a good header away by Callum Britton. And it's a shot from the edge of the area, but Sol Bryn collects that with ease. James says, do you think we need to change captain next season? That is a
keeper, Bryn. As you say, I think yes.
You change the captain. Yeah, it's an interesting one, James.
I don't think it suits you.
I agree. It's a really difficult one because I don't think. Look, I've got no evidence or nothing to make me say that Jaff hasn't done a decent job as captain. I was a little bit surprised when he was given the captaincy. In one sense, yeah, he's a player that's played at the top level. He's highly rated at our level, and he's a senior player. So in that sense, I could understand it. He'd not been at the club very long, and I didn't necessarily see him as a natural captain. So I was a little bit surprised he got it in the first place. I was surprised he got it over Ben Mee at the time. Ben Mee had come in. Now I know he was a new player as well, but he's a vastly experienced player.
Yeah,
he's had a lot of top-level games. So I was a bit surprised. Birmingham now coming in down the right. It's Patrick Roberts laying it back. It's a shot, and Birmingham have scored. It's Birmingham City 1, Middlesbrough 2. And I'll get straight in and adjust the score. That was a really good finish from the edge of the area.
Duxton.
It was Dux in the 48th minute. So the ball laid across by Patrick Roberts, and he strikes it from just inside or just on the edge of the area. Let's have a look at this again. So Osai Samuel with a nice little turn there. Good ball down the line towards Patrick Roberts. It's not Patrick Roberts that lays it across, but it does come as far as Dux, and he's just inside the area with a nice finish. It was Jay Stansfield, apologies, that laid the ball across. And Dux with the right-footed finish And Solbring gets a hand to it but can't keep it out. So it's Birmingham 1, Middlesbrough 2, game on. And let's get that banner
That
changed.
was a superb cutback on Mansfield. Superb cutback.
Yeah, it's a really good ball. And that's what he's in the team for, as we say. He's a multiplier, running the channel there, getting a good ball in.
Yeah.
Finding his strike partner and and Birmingham back in the game.
Yeah. Well, they certainly come out of the blocks well, again.
They have indeed. The perfect response coming in, 2 goals down at half-time. And very much game on now. So Birmingham, looking to try and charge into those playoff positions. They certainly need to avoid losing this game, at the very least. And a foul there. And Birmingham are going to get a free kick just to the right of their penalty area. Kim Melberg looking a little bit concerned there. I think you're always concerned when your team's just conceded a goal. You hope that they settle down and respond in the right way. And as the table stands, Birmingham are 11th, live table, 11th, 49 points. So they are still 8 points away from the playoffs. They're not, what's that? They're a point ahead of Sheffield United at the moment. So they themselves have a lot of work to do as well. It would give them obviously a huge lift and improve their chances if they can get a result tonight. But that many points away, they're probably needing a win.
Yeah, we've got 6 points with them.
A little bit of needle there between Morris and Stansfield, just in front of the corner flag at the Middlesbrough end. And I'll just dive back into some comments. So sorry, we were talking about
Birmingham fans making strange signs with their fingers.
Yes, indeed. I saw that gentleman, very impolite. Jafet Tanganga as captain. Yeah, I was surprised. And would I change it next season? Possibly, but for the right person. My opinion, and people say I'm a little bit biased because I love this player. If he's still around next season and we can keep hold of him, I would give it to Sidney Peck. That would be my captain because I think he's a true leader on the pitch. And he would be the person I would.
Absolutely.
I would maybe even try and, if it was up to me, Russ, and I was holding the purse strings, let's say, and there was any chance that he wanted to stay and could avoid the law of the Premier League, I would be looking to maybe put him on a better contract and give him the captaincy. That's what I would do to try and sweeten it for him and get him to stay at the club.
If there's any chance of that, then we should be looking to do that. His interviews that he's given this season, and the way he's conducted himself, and the discipline that's come into his game, he's matured massively this season, and that's probably because of the adversity that we've had to start with, and he's come through it with flying colours. He's really impressed me. He's a very, very mature young man now. And I say the slightly reckless side of his game seems to be under control. He's really growing up. Impressive.
He is. I think he leads by example, and he's got a good attitude. You get, to me, a 7 minimum most weeks from Sidney Peck. I think he's our most consistent player, alongside Callum O'Hare, I have to say, to be fair. But I just think the leadership quality City shows and the character that he's got, that's who I would go for personally, and it's nothing against Jaff either.
Amazing, these sliding doors moments, isn't it? It takes a bad injury to our blaster for City to get the minutes to suddenly flourish into someone who we're talking about, big transfer fees, possible captaincy. I've actually said that I think if he carries on with his progression, he will play for England one day. The sliding doors moments, aren't they, for players?
I think there's every chance, Russ, and he's got a high ceiling, and I wouldn't write him off being a future England international for sure. Middlesbrough with a free kick, and looking to. So now it's Jay Stansfield actually has the ball. Birmingham about to take a throw on their left, well into the Middlesbrough half. And the ball's played backwards now. They're on halfway. Ray says, could do with a younger version of Ben Mee. He's great, but too old now. Yeah, that's the only thing really, Ray, his age counting against him. I think that would possibly be the reason he won't get an extended contract at the end of the season. But like I say, if he goes, we've got to look to replace him and do some work in the market, because we're going to be light in that area with him going and Binden's loan finishing. We're not going to have too many options there. We're going to have Jaff, and then you're looking at Mark McGuinness and some youngsters. So I think we'll be bringing in at least 2 centre halves. Maybe one of them will be Binden. But certainly another one. Good save from Solbrin. Gets down low to, I think it's Dukes again with a shot. Right-hand edge of the penalty area. Curls one in low, and Solbrin does really well to get down to that. It's a good save.
Yeah. It's a good game, this one, mate.
It's a really good game. I thought it would be. I thought it'd be very competitive, and there's some good players on that pitch.
Yeah.
I think sometimes the Championship's accused of being, people say, it's a poor league this season. That's always the line that's thrown out. I don't think it's ever a poor league.
I never go with that. I think it's a cop-out. It's a cop-out when people say that.
I do. It's a way. I think it's
so
a way.
It's so heavily nuanced, this division, and it's constantly changing nuance as well.
I think people often say
to appreciate it.
I think people often say it as well as they use it as a stick to beat their own team with when they're underperforming or not doing well. And I just don't think it's true. I think there's a lot of good footballers at this level and a lot of good teams, but I think they're all very evenly matched. And I think that's why you see a lot of ups and downs, a lot of peaking form and form going down as well. They're also evenly matched. They can all beat each other, and some of it's about confidence and just how they're feeling in the moment as a group. And that's what we're seeing here as well. With Middlesbrough have been pretty steady this season, but there's a chance here Birmingham get back into this game, and all it takes is a goal sometimes.
I mean, I'm thinking about this season, what we've seen so far. Right from the very beginning, there you've got the promoted teams, that 2 of which have got a few quid behind them. You've got the relegation teams are coming down with big reputations and a bag full of money, loads of players on big contracts, Leicester, so on and so forth. And then you've got the parachute teams like ourselves who were still, up there punching. And it doesn't happen. We were all stuttering and faltering, making bad decisions, silly mistakes, all these clubs. And the perennial teams, the Millwalls, the Watfords, the Hulls and what have you, just have taken advantage of that. That's why the top 6 looked like it did for so long. They caught us all napping, all those bang average teams that basically said, look, you guys, you crack on and do what you do, but we're going to do what we do, and we're going to build gradually, and we're going to have a good season. And you've still got Hull up there, Millwall up there, etc. Preston having a great season. Derby doing well. It's refreshing. It just shows it doesn't matter how much money you've got. You take your eye off the ball or make some bad decisions, sellers, the wheels can come off very quickly, and then you play catch up.
You can, and it's a ruthless division, and when you're down and out and it's not going well, no one feels sorry for you either. Paul, our Derby fan, says last game season 4 teams fighting for 6 spots: Southampton, Watford, Derby and Sheffield Wednesday, and it will go on goal difference. Could very well be the same again, Paul. Evening, Paul. Like and subscribe, says Dave Morwood. Another cheerleader for us. Thank you, Dave. And Ray catching the Brum goal there. Batman, have I missed it? Oh, so Big T's in the comments. Yeah, I did it earlier, Big T. So if you go back to earlier on in the stream, sometime in the first half, I gave it the all white Mary Poppins. I don't do it as well as you, mate. I'm not as good at the Cockney accent, but so funny. So funny. I was talking to Jim this morning and we were still laughing about it. And
we should have been there, really though.
Yeah. Birmingham clearing the ball away. It's as far as halfway to Middlesbrough. Luke Ayling with a squared ball inside. And Boro now just looking to play their way out. But Birmingham going into a really high press, trying to really put pressure on Middlesbrough and build on that goal that they pulled back in the 48th minute through Dukes. And it looks like Iwata has got himself a yellow card. That's an interesting one. I don't know how he's managed to get himself into the book there. It looked like it was a bit of 50-50 between him and Hayden Hackney. I don't know if you're going to book one. I think you got to book the other. It'd be good to get the man in black's opinion on that. Or Gaz done.
Come on, Gaz,
be able to tell us why. And Brian says, I'd give the armband to City or Pat Bamford. Yeah, Pat's a decent shout as well. Brian, given his experience.
Yeah.
Free kick. Boro now with a chance. Malanda to take a shot, but it's well wide. And it's deflected, so it's going to go out for a corner as we approach the hour mark now. We're coming up to the 59th minute of the game.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss from Malanda, but it does take a deflection off a Birmingham defender, and we're going to have a corner now. A lot of jostling for position in the box. And Callum Britton's going to swing that in on his right foot. And it's a scramble. Birmingham just about get that away. Comes out as far as Hayden Hackney, who knocks it back to Callum Britton over on that side. And Luke Ayling now is going to swing one in from... it's a header. It's a goal. It's a goal.
Yes.
So Strelic with a header. Wonderful cross. Strelic with a header.
Very nice.
To the far post. And it just rolls along
the
line and ends up in the opposite corner.
Yeah.
So Birmingham City 1, Middlesbrough 3.
Yeah, that ball from Ayling was right on the money.
David Strelic with the goal to really knock the stuffing out of Birmingham after they thought they were possibly going to get back into this game.
Not bad when you can bring Morgan Whittaker on from the bench.
Yeah, that's a great option to have, isn't it? He's been their main source of goals and assists this season, so just shows the strength and depth that they've got, and they can and they've got decent rotations. It's Luke Ayling with a great cross there, right into the middle for Strelic, and it's his header bounces off the inside of the post, rolls along the line into the far corner.
Perfect.
Birmingham City 1, Middlesbrough 3. Middlesbrough tightening their grip on that second spot. James Beadle's at full stretch there, makes a decent attempt to try and save it, but he can't get near it. It's perfectly on the inside.
Have you done that already?
Yes, yeah, I'm getting a bit quicker.
You changed the score.
I'm getting some stick in the comments, so I've got to keep on top of it. Jack says, I'm 27, feel like I'm 60. Bad knee, bad back, can't see that far. I hope... sorry, Jack, I shouldn't laugh, mate. I think hopefully you're... it's just the way you wrote it. Jack, I got to say, I don't consider myself to be old. I'm 40. I suffer from a bit of a bad back, and I've got really bad left ankle ligaments, which the last time I played football flared up big time and were swollen, and I could barely walk for 2 days afterwards. Old football injury. So I can still play, I can still run about, but my body won't let me. So if it makes you feel any better...
was that when you played for Chris? Was that
I wasn't going to mention that, Russ. As you know, I don't like talking about it, as many of the Ramblers know.
Really?
But, yes, it was. It was. I pushed myself through the pain barrier for it, but I've got a lot of issues from when I used to play. I played for a lot of years, and it came back to haunt me the day after that. I was in a bit of pain. It's a different thing. I run a lot and I go to the gym and I'm fine, but playing football, twisting and turning and accelerating, it doesn't do you any favors when you've got some old injuries. They come back to haunt you. Maury said, "Hey up, lads, just landed. What's thoughts on Ellis Sims murmurings?" I've not heard those, Maury. I have to say, mate, that's interesting. I know that you're a bit of a fan of Ellis Sims. He's a player I like as well. If he was available, I'd take him, but I don't know at the moment as Coventry would.
Is he an upgrade? Is he an upgrade on anything?
He's a good option. He's a big physical forward. I certainly wouldn't say no, but we'd have to see what happens when if and when Coventry go up, because he might be a player that they want to keep. I'd be surprised if they were really quick to get rid of him. It depends what sort of budget they've got. You know, maybe they're after a striker when they go up. Who knows? Birmingham now with a ball to Tommy Doyle. He lays it across to Iwata.
Tommy Doyle.
It's back to Panko. That's played forward. Osai Samuel's going to turn and shoot. Does end up in the back of the net, I think, but it's the referee's flagged for. I think he's flagged for offside there. I'm just going to have to see the replay again.
Offside.
Birmingham looking to make a couple of changes now. I'm going to try and see who these are, because one of them I don't actually recognise, I have to say. And so Birmingham looking to bring on number 23, Vicente. So I have heard of Carlos Vicente. So he's a player that they signed from Spain recently, I think in the January window. So he comes on to replace, look like Patrick Roberts going off for him.
Patrick Roberts.
Also looks like Stansfield going off.
Okay.
Yeah, they're bringing Stansfield off. Maybe they think the game's up and they're bringing Prisk on for him. Danish player. So, a couple of changes for Birmingham. Very interesting at this stage.
I don't know about him.
Might be a case of managing minutes, Russ, with some of these players. Obviously, he's taken two big players off there in Patrick Roberts and Jay Stansfield, and it might be just the number of minutes that they played recently. Maybe he just needs to take them out and wrap them up for the next game. But taking two of your key attacking players off.
It's possible.
But
we've got 30 minutes left yet, so it's got to be legs there, hasn't it? It's got to be legs. They've not given up on it.
The lad they brought on, the Carlos Vicente, was a player they signed from Spain in the January window. I remember it because I was keeping an eye on transfers for Ramble FC. He has quite a good record in Spain. I forget the club he played for. I'll check in a moment, but he had a decent goals and assist record this season for them. So obviously caught the eye of Birmingham City. And Birmingham really now pushing to try and get back into the game again. Ball pinging around. It's come as far as Morgan Whittaker. He's going to play it back to Callum Britton in that right back position. Middlesbrough looking to just patiently play out here, playing the ball across the back. Luke Ayling, Malanda. Oh, very nearly there. Stolen by Vicente. Played down the left-hand side. Tommy Conway's going to give chase, but a push in the back on Osai Samuel. Surely that's going to be a free kick. I think it's been given. Jack says, I agree. Peck seems to have matured a lot. I also think we need to sweeten the pot to try and keep him. New contract, same with Brooks and Femi. However, we have to generate some money. Brian says, ask my fellow mods, Paul. They all think I'm Victor Meldrew, not Mark Meldrew. Personally, I think Peck has jumped Blaster in quality and ceiling. I think certainly in terms of form, at the very least, Jackie's ahead of Blaster at the moment. Hopefully we can get Ollie Blaster to the player we know he can be, the player he was last season. At this time, it's hard to argue that point, Jack, says Brian. Dave says, Peck stepped up, big style, thrown in at the deep end and absolutely thrived. Couldn't agree more. Paul Aldrich says, Mark, nice to meet you. Bro, no, you are seeing you doing these streams, another comical rambler. Yeah, we've got a few characters in the ramble. Does help for making good content. I'm sure Dewey would agree. Yeah. We were talking to someone today. Me and Jimmy, we had a little meeting with someone. Hint, that's another little spoiler, but we were having a little meeting and we were talking about some of the characters on the ramble, and it was mentioned to us both that Big T had been noticed and Jamie Dumpling had been noticed and all these people. And so, you can see that some notable people and people that are content creators as well watch the shows and think a lot of the people that are on it as well, and think we've got some great characters on the ramble, which we have. Middlesbrough now coming forward. Molander's going to put a cross in and that's going to go out for a Birmingham goal kick.
Would you... Would you like me to tell you something about Carlos Vicente? Stop at Racing Ferrol, second division. Scored 4 goals. And then he's come to Birmingham from Alaves. Been there 3 seasons. 2 goals, 5 goals, 5 goals. So he's not prolific in any way, shape or form. and he's ended up. Yeah, he's got 1 goal, 1 assist in 5 games that he's played for Birmingham so far.
Yeah, potentially a bit of a step up for him. I know that he predominantly plays on the right wing.
Nothing particularly outstanding about his CV. 26-year-old.
26. But he seems to have had a sticky start to life there, and a difficult game to come into this as well. Obviously, a bit of a necessity to take Roberts and Stansfield off. Birmingham looking to make another sub by the looks of it, which we'll bring to you in a moment when they do. Maury says Championship is the best league in the world for me. Yeah, I would agree, mate. Certainly from an entertainment standpoint and competitive standpoint, I would go along with that. Brian Crowley says,
you're right there, Maury.
Jack says, weird, isn't it? We think the Championship is the best league, but due to money, we can't wait to get out of it. Yeah, it is a strange one, Jack. So obviously we all long to get out of the division and get to the Premier League, but it's so difficult for us when we do. My view on it's changed over the years. I want Sheffield United to do as well as they possibly can, but I don't particularly long for the Premier League. If it's there, of course, we've got to take it for the good of the club financially and for its development. But it doesn't break my heart when we're in the Championship. It's a level where we can win games and be competitive. We've got to take the opportunity if it's there, though. That's the thing. That's the whole point, isn't it? To try and better yourself as a club.
Unfortunately, that's the nature of the beast
at the highest level.
It's the away games in the Premier League. They're very, very rarely fun at all. That's not just generally down to the results that you end up. It's just the facilities and what have you. It's just too corporate. We're not used to that. It's it's just not what we're used to at all. And I think I didn't enjoy going away in the Premier League. Not many games particularly as a whole experience.
I think we've got our man Blade Runner in the comments. Depending on how Suter recovers, would love to see him return. He's our natural captain. We lost something more than a player when he got injured last season. Yeah, I would agree with that. He was excellent, wasn't he? And certainly, again, captain material. I have to say, Jack asked the question earlier about who would I sign. That's a good shout. In an ideal world, Harry Suter would be one of the first names on my list.
Yeah, you need some pace around him. But
but it's about what condition he comes back in as well. He's been out injured for a very long time, and we don't know what shape he's going to be.
Achilles is not an easy thing to come back from.
No, and as well when you get injuries as a big unit like that, he's a big boy. He's Harry Suter, and sometimes the bigger lads, certain injuries dependent. Back is one of them. Your back when you're a taller player, or certain parts of your body, if they don't heal well and you don't recover well from it, it's really hard for a bigger player as well. It seems I've known that from down the years. And Birmingham looking to make 2 subs now. So we'll just find out. Looks like Osai Samuel's going to come off.
Samuel's going off.
And is that Osman going off as well? Looks like Osman going off. It's Pak coming on in midfield, the Korean. Decent player, really decent player. Osman actually coming on. So Ibrahim Osman, Ghanaian.
There's a lot of Southeast Asian players now in the English League, isn't there? A hell of a lot.
Yeah, and do you know what? They're always a joy to watch as well. They produce a lot of good players in that part of the world, good technical players that we've enjoyed in English football over the years. We can name a few of them, can't we? We've seen 1 or 2 at Bramall Lane. And coming up to 17.
Didn't one of them get himself in a bit of trouble recently?
Which one?
Chinese lads who we had. Didn't he found himself in a bit of a pickle, I think, with the law in China.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. I didn't hear about that one.
I don't think it is. Might come to me before the end. Things often do.
We're in the 73rd minute here, and it's Birmingham City 1, Middlesbrough 3. Games settled down a little bit, got a little bit wild at one point. Birmingham really trying to work their way back into it, but Middlesbrough really well set. They're pressing quite high, actually. They've got a few players inside the Birmingham half really trying to cut off the attacks at source and defend from the front, doing really well. Carlos Vicente takes a bit of a whack there. And... sorry, bringing Davies up again there. So Ray says, wait until you get to my age. I'm 78. Have I mentioned that before? You have aches and pains on your aches and pains. Dave says, Suter and Ahmed Hodzic were insane good together. Felt invincible with them two at times. Yeah, they were. I mean, the size of them both. And Anel was a real athlete back there as well. Had a bit of pace on him. It was a good partnership, and that's the kind of physicality and athleticism I'm talking about. I think we lack a little bit at the moment. Rater, still a spring chicken, you are, bro. What a header, says Maury. What a goal, Boro. I'm catching up now. Right, back in with the right.
So the end to Brown coming up.
Paul says,
I thought that was a good signing. That was a good signing. Alan Brown from Preston, their captain.
Yeah, it was quite astute, wasn't it? I think he was a player that we were interested in as well. Russ, I think we took a look at him. Why that didn't come about, I don't know. But got his move to Middlesbrough, and he's been decent for them. They're very strong in the middle of the pitch with him and Hackney and McGree. They got some good players in there, as we found out at Bramall Lane recently. And Pack to play the ball out now. Tommy Doyle with the ball about halfway inside the Birmingham half. And Middlesbrough pressing really well, just pushing Birmingham back here. They can't seem to really get out their own half with any meaningful possession or any kind of an attack where they'd look like scoring.
It looks like Pike's playing as a six then, isn't it?
It does seem that way. Giving Tommy Doyle a bit more freedom. 128 watching, says Paul, and 68 likes. Need 32 more for 100, guys. There's enough of us watching, please. Let's hit it. Thank you, Paul. And great header by Strelic, says Davey. Yeah, it was. It's a terrific header. Unsavable for Beadle. 69 likes. Terrible, you lot. Show your appreciation for Lou and Russ by sharing, liking and subscribing to Ramble FC. Cheers, boys, for the watch along. Cracking job, lads. Up the blades. Keep it Ramble, people.
That sounds like a sympathy comment, that one.
Yeah, it did. Jack says, differences though, Lou. You have to play under Wilder. You got to play under Wilder. I struggle with him and me having a flare up. Can't even do body weight squats without a flare. Yeah, maybe. I know you talked about, you asked for some recommendations, I think either on here or in the Platts, Jack, recently regarding physio and things like that. I'd certainly recommend either physio or I think we talked about sports massage at one point, which is something I've had before and it's helped me with one or two things. It takes the edge off when you've got some aches and pains and some recurring stuff. So have a look into that, mate. It certainly worked for me and some other people I know. Andrew Turner says, thanks for tonight. Watch along, guys. The company really helps me when I'm working late. Well, we're happy to provide that service to you, mate. And thanks for joining us. Quick question. Who's your preferred strike partnership in a 2 next season? So if we go in a 2, Andrew, I would like to see Pat Bamford and Tom Cannon as a starting 2, because I think with the money invested in Tom Cannon, and I do still think he's got potential. I still think there's a player in there. I would like to see him ideally in good form, hopefully, and finding some confidence starting alongside Pat. Tom Cannon scored 2 or 3 goals at one point and was getting on a little bit of a run earlier this season, and then he just seems to have kind of lost his way a little bit again, and he's not been able to get in the team, possibly partly due to formation change. But if we go with a 2 at any point next season, I'd like to see that be our starting 2 at the beginning and see where we go with it.
Pat Bamford must be a dream. If you're a supporting striker like Tom Cannon is sometimes, playing outside of Bamford, you've just got to make sure you stay close because things will come off him. He'll flick, he'll hold up, he'll play you in. He knows where you are, and he'll play you in. I must be perfect that. But Tom on his own, I'm afraid, he's not a lone striker. But the question is two up front, and I'd agree with you.
Well, as some of the
and Bamford.
As some of the people that are joining us know, and some of the Ramblers know.
Hello, I'm back.
Yeah, some of the Ramblers know. Pat rates Tom Cannon as well. Really rates him, and that I don't know. That might have been said before. It might have been said somewhere in the media, but I met Pat not long ago. Was fortunate enough to meet him and spend a little bit of time with him, and he was telling me how much he does rate Tom Cannon. Thinks he's a very good striker, and it seemed to be that the two have a quite good relationship. So, that's the relationship as well as one of the building blocks of good partnerships, even on a football pitch. So, if that's someone that he feels he can play with and someone that he holds in high regard, get them playing together, because I think there's a potential partnership there. Pat's very good at leading the line. And Tom running the channels, running into space and trying to get on the end of things. I think there's a good potential partnership between the two of them. That's what I would go with anyway, Andrew. But over the course of a season, we need options and rotations as well.
On 90 after 90, I was asked the question about Tom Cannon. And, I said, although, yes, he'd had a quiet game. A lot of people say he was rubbish. Well, rubbish is not a word that I think should. A lot of players are doing a lot of work, the unsung stuff. I have no idea what happened there, mate, whether I got blanked out or not. Anyway, players around, he needs marking. He has to be marked. And he'll make the runs and he'll create space. And that's what he did with Tyrese Campbell's goal on Saturday. That gap that opened up was because Cannon was over to the left. He took two players out.
Yeah, and when you've got a player like that,
to the right of Bamford, he was. He took two players out.
Well, having a player like that can create space for others, it really. It's a multiplier. It's a real multiplier, and particularly at this level, when you've got a player that can produce that, and we know a player that in Pat Bamford that's done good things at a higher level previously. Paul says 172 watching, 72 likes. Nice one. Let's have a like spike for the next 5 minutes. 72 likes now.
A like spike. A like spike. Come on, like spike. Yeah.
Tanganga and Suter would be immense. I tend to agree, Jack. I think I'd like to see that as a partnership, or Bindon and Suter. I think would be a good partnership. Hasn't he had another injury? Suter, not sure, mate. Possibly. He's been out for a very long time. So if he's aggravated something or something else has gone wrong, it wouldn't surprise me. Be a real shame. I mean, even whether he comes back to Sheffield United or not, I'd like to see Harry Suter playing again.
He had a setback. He was back training, but he did have a setback as far as I'm aware.
Paul says my score prediction was correct, just wrong way around. Lee Tai or How High Dong. Yeah, they were two players that were they with us around about the same time? Roughly, they were, weren't they? Was it one of them that were in trouble? Did you say, Russ?
I think so. I'm just going to Google it now. Actually, yeah, I think it might have been.
5 minutes over and 75 likes as Birmingham have a corner, and this is going to be swung in from their right-hand side. It looks like it's going to be taken left-footed. It is. It's a high hanging one to the back post. It's a header that just loops over the bar. So Solberry makes sure and sees that out. But Clara gets on the end of that and it loops well over the bar. Clara's another player that I've been quite impressed with at times this season. Russ, he's a decent centre-back. Might attract some attention.
Lee Tai.
He's the one, is he? He's in bother.
Lee Tai, mate. I tell you, I thought you got yourself in a little bit of bother, right? Yeah, in 2024, by Chinese Football Association. So, yeah.
A former Everton midfielder. I remember when we signed him. I don't think he didn't play that much for us. I think I remember him getting a League Cup outing for us under Warnock when we were in the Premier League. Yeah, just one of those that didn't quite work out.
Yeah, 20 years. 20 years is a fair stretch, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it is. And Oh, yeah, there we go. Someone giving us the... he's had financial trouble in China. I think it was fraud. Oh, dear. Oh, dearie me. Brian says, apart from the worldwide audience and the money, the Prem has no attraction for me in regard to the blades. My old man would agree with you, Brian. My dad's very much of that mind. He's, I wouldn't say anti-Premier League, but it holds no attraction for him. He's not into it at all. I like football. I like football at every level. And I watch the Premier League. I watch the Championship. What I don't like about the Premier League is how difficult it is for my club to compete at that level, and I think that's what puts me off. Yeah. Being attracted to seeing them play there. If it comes about, as I say, we've got to take it. But I'm not too far off where you are with that. Certainly, as I say, my dad's very much of the same opinion as you. Didn't he go to Sunderland first? Brown, decent player. Yeah, I think he was at Sunderland for a spell. Alan Brown, was that before Preston though? Or was he? I can't quite remember. I do think he was in the spell at Sunderland. Oh, he may be actually. He may be more. He might be spot on actually. There, we should have a look because I didn't really notice actually. So yeah, let's have a look. Alan Brown. You've got me intrigued now. I have to say. Yes. He's on loan at Middlesbrough, so yeah, presumably then at Sunderland. Yeah, good spot, Maury. I'd forgotten that.
Yeah.
Solbrin getting
30 years old.
All sorts of trouble there. Solbrin charging out, and is that handball? Solbrin looks to be well outside of his area, and Birmingham player meets it, gets a touch on the ball, and takes it up onto Solbrin. I'll tell you what, if it was VAR, Russ, Solbrin would be banging trouble there. Banging trouble if this was a Premier League game.
Definitely.
Free kick from Tommy Doyle from way out, and it's an easy save for Solbrin, a man that is probably lucky to still be on the pitch after what happened a moment ago.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, when he came out, that took right under his arm, didn't it? That ball.
Not down Harry Suter's injury in training, but interesting, says James, in signing him at interested, says James, in signing him at cut price if fit. There was no sympathy, lads. It was genuine. C. Warnock is managing again, says James. Yes, Neil Warnock, I believe I read somewhere today. Yeah, I read somewhere today. Neil Warnock's at Torquay. He's taken over as Torquay manager, possibly till the end of the season.
Didn't he?
He did indeed. Well remembered. It's one of his clubs. I think one of his clubs in the twilight.
David Beckham have a go as well.
I don't remember that. Maybe
Beckham right early was he had a loan at Torquay before he went to Preston. Maybe
I remember him at Preston. Yeah, quite possibly. Damari Gray or Middlesbrough looking to get the ball away. Now it's Morgan Whittaker.
He's been very ineffective, Damari Gray, for all the ball that he's had. He's seen quite a bit of the ball, but he's done very little with it.
He has his moments, Damari Gray. I've seen him score some fantastic goals this season. Just looking at his stats in this game. Obviously, he actually went off earlier in this game a short while ago. Stats in the game don't look particularly impressive. He has his moments. He's capable of a spectacular goal every now and then. 10 minutes left. 80 likes. Get 100, please. Thank you, Paul. I'm still over the moon for Adam Davis getting a clean sheet. Yeah, he did. He did what he needed to do at the weekend, Maury. I don't think he was massively tested, to be honest. But he can only go out and do a steady job with a safe pair of hands, and he was. So.
I thought the fans were brilliant with him. I thought that our away supporters were fantastic with him. I think he needed that support. Really needed it.
Maury says if that's the case, I'd defo take a look if he's on loan from Sunderland. Yeah, possibly someone that we should look at, mate, in the summer. James says let the top 6 in the Prem go and have their Super League so others can compete more fairly. I mean, I don't think it'd be a popular opinion, James, but I think it would certainly make it more competitive. I think the problem you would have is you take those teams out and the money goes out of it. Now, some people might see that as a problem, some may not. It might bring the game back down to earth again, but it would certainly change. I think the landscape of English football would change significantly if those clubs left. The same for other nations. If teams left the Spanish league, the elite teams, and teams left the Italian league to go off and play in that Super League, it would change the landscape of European football massively.
It could lay waste to a lot of leagues in the world. I think we probably have the most chance of being resilient to that change, but other countries, it would suffer terribly.
Well, you'd certainly have a lot more
France in particular.
You'd have a lot more semi-pro clubs for sure.
Yeah.
It would scale everything down. Maury says if it was Coops, he'd have been sent off. Litai went to Chengdu Blades from us, says Davey. Yeah, I seem to remember that as well, mate.
Yeah.
So caught up with the comments. If I have missed any comments tonight, guys, do apologise. It was a bit chaotic earlier with the connection issues, so I might have missed a few. But hopefully I've caught up with most. And Pack bringing the ball forward now for Birmingham. Excuse me. Tommy Doyle back to centre half, and it's Laird now playing it down the line. And Vicente pulled down by Malanda. So we're coming up towards the end of this game now. We're in the 90th minute, final minute of normal time. And it's a shirt pulled by Malanda, taking Vicente down. It's going to be a free kick.
Yeah.
I've been suffering with a bit of man flu today myself. Russ, I'm starting to go now. Yeah, I've been nothing major, but the voice.
You get no sympathy, mate, do you? No sympathy whatsoever.
I'll get none from the chat either, I'm sure. Birmingham swinging a free kick in. Tommy Doyle now looking to loft the ball into the box. It comes out as far as Osman. And Middlesbrough will deal with that and bring the ball away. Still 3-1 to Middlesbrough.
Ooh.
Susan says she doesn't like the... hello, Susan. Good evening. She says, I don't like the elitist attitude.
Hey, Susan. Hello.
I can remember us and other newly promoted teams being laughed at. Yeah, I think there's a bit of lazy punditry as well, Susan, at that level. I think, when teams like Sheffield United go up and Coventry and Middlesbrough may find this if they get promoted this season. I find at that level there's a lot of pundits that don't know a great deal about the teams coming up and don't seem to do their research that much, which I think is unforgivable. Yeah. Just my opinion. But
patronising as well. If you do perform well, they're very patronising. Yeah.
Agreed. Maurice says, think our fans singing his name motivated him to get a clean sheet, and the players as well. If your defence is solid, then you don't concede many. And look, it's all about encouragement as well, isn't it, Maury? I think I can't remember who said it. I think it might have been Man Mountain on 3MB said that, look, Adam Davies is going to be our number one for the rest of this season, so let's get behind him. Could have been Dave the Nose. Sorry if I got that wrong. But one of the lads certainly said, let's get behind him. We've got to. What's the point in getting on someone's back when we need to play him every game? We should get behind all our players as well, in fairness, whether they're playing or not. Thank you for everybody that's joined us tonight, by the way. I can see 174 people watching at the minute, which is not a bad knock. And it's held pretty consistently between 140 and 170 for most of the night. So we really appreciate everybody joining us, especially as we had the tech issues in the middle, which doesn't seem to have put anyone off. So thank you very much for that. Brian says, chat, I need to shoot off. Brian says, well, got a visitor. Well done again, boys, on a great watch along. Keep it ramble. Brian. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, mate, and thanks for keeping the comments tidy for us as always. Paul says, thanks, Lou and Russ, for a great couple of hours entertainment. Love the stream. Thank you, mate. Keep it up the blades, up all the rambles, like and subscribe from a blade in Spain. You can really tell my voice is starting to go now. Yes, agree. Great watch along.
Thank you.
Lewis and Russ, well done, lads. Much fun. Great time. Absolutely 100% back the lads in the red and white. Ian says they stopped laughing and had to take us seriously when we were challenging for Europe. They certainly did. Great watch along as always. Lewis and Russ, very professional. Andrew says, has Robinson played tonight? No, he hasn't. He hasn't. Do you think we miss his leadership in our squad at the moment? No. I've not seen Robinson playing recently. Is Robinson injured? Do we know? I've got a feeling he might be. He's not injured.
No, he's on the bench.
Is he?
On the bench tonight.
Oh, fair play. I'd heard he picked up a knock a little while back, so maybe that was what was in my head.
We've moved on from Robbo, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just looking. I can't see him on the bench, actually. If I'm looking at the right side of the... Yeah, he's not. He's not on the bench. Not according to my lineup on FOTMob, anyway. So, no, he doesn't look like he's involved at all tonight. Don't know why, though, Andrew. James says our away support, especially Norwich away on Wednesday, nearly sold out. Saturday was tremendous. Absolutely fantastic stream. Lou, Russ, I'll do more lol up the blades, up all the rambles, up the Rams. Paul, thank you, mate. Really appreciate you joining us as always. You're a great supporter of the channel and a real cheerleader for us on here, as I've said before. So thank you very much for that, mate. Michael Brown is here. Oh, Lord, Michael Brown says, I can't help thinking that had the ownership not sacked Wilder last summer, it's my opinion that the Blades would be much higher in the league. Wilder would have had a summer to recruit his players. Yeah, a lot would have been different, wouldn't it? It's one of those things. Almost imponderable to know where we would be and what the squad would look like at this point had we had the continuity. But I tend to agree with you. History would suggest that we would have been there or thereabouts. Josh Tim says, been an entertaining one today, chaps. Nice and eventful as usual. Tuning in from sunny Salt Spring Island off the west coast of Canada. Nice. Well, thank you for joining us, mate. Appreciate that. We are in the final minute of added time. Not much has been happening in the last few minutes, and Birmingham looking to still try and at least try and get a consolation goal, but Middlesbrough sat in deep now and just looking to see this out. And now with the ball with Vicente on the right, he's going to look to try and put a cross in. He lays it back to Laird, and there's a cross and cleared by Del Fry, and now that's going to go all the way back to Solbrin, and I think that's going to be it, mate. I think that's going to see us to the end of this game. Are these playing in S6, says Davey? No. Solbrin's going to hoof that forward, and it's going to go all the way to James Beadle.
That should be it, surely.
So the ref maybe just playing a little bit more additional time here. Ayling heads it away.
Yeah.
That's going to go out for a Birmingham throw-in. Can't be long left now. We are in the dying embers of this game. Throw-in by Birmingham.
Come on, put them out of the misery.
And that's going to go out for a Middlesbrough throw. Tough night for Birmingham. Did look like they were going to make a fist of it at one point. It's now full time. And that finishes Birmingham City 1, Middlesbrough 3. 2 goals from Matty Target.
Because we needed that.
2 goals from Matty Target, a goal from Strelic. Dukes with a goal for Birmingham to make it 2-1. But Strelic with that header just on the hour mark to make it 3-1. And Middlesbrough come away with a very precious 3 points, pushing them that ever bit closer to a place in the Premier League this season. Birmingham now looking like they might be in a bit more of a Sheffield United position where the playoffs is looking like a bit of a distant dream, but certainly they're not out of it mathematically yet. They're going to need to bounce back in their next game. They've got the Blades coming up soon away from home. We've got the matter of West Brom to deal with first and Norwich in amongst that somewhere. Got a few more comments to get through. Doyle's been disappointing this season, says Jack. I haven't followed him too closely, Jack, to be honest with you. I know at one point he was a little bit in and out of the side, and then he's been a bit more of an ever-present in there. I think he's a really good player. Right. I think Birmingham have got some decent players. I think it's just building blocks from this season. They've come up from League One, and they haven't found it as easy as possibly some people thought they would. I never thought they would, personally. I think if they finish mid-table, or in the top 10, they've done very well. Robinson hasn't played since mid-Jan for the Blues, so that's interesting. Interesting to know why, James. I'm not quite sure whether that's injury or just selection. Paul says, sorry, guys, I've got 11 likes needed. If we get 100, I'll swap my Derby badge for a Sheffield United badge for last 3 games of the season. Middlesbrough fans celebrating here.
Thank you, Paul. Been a great support.
Boro fans celebrating, and Kim Hellberg embracing his players. And that puts, and the league table hasn't come up yet, so I'm going to try and see if I can get the live one, but I think that puts Middlesbrough back clear a little bit in second place, because Millwall were clipping their heels at one point, and they're on 62 points. So I think that gives Middlesbrough a little bit more breathing space again. We'll just wait for that league table to come up.
Yeah,
Middlesbrough on 66 points. They're now 4 points clear with that win. 4 points clear of Millwall in third. Coventry City on 71 points. So even with that win, Middlesbrough 5 points behind Coventry at this stage, who again at the weekend won and have tightened their grip on that top spot. So at the moment, Russ,
which 2 games in out there could get 66 tie with Middlesbrough. Interesting.
It's a good shout. Ipswich could well be still in the mix. But Coventry City, I think, looking a good bet at the moment if they continue their current form. That second spot still very much up for grabs at Millwall. Certainly not out of the conversation as well.
You look at Hull; they've got a game in hand, so they could actually go above Millwall on that. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun this end of the season. Maybe not for us, but certainly if you're just a Championship fan, it's going to be interesting.
We're getting closer with the likes to 100, so 5 likes off. 6 needed, said Paul. Great work, lads. Thank you, mate. Thanks, Jim. Really enjoyed it. Come on, chat, please. Well, we'll hang on for the final few seconds to see if we can get to that 100 mark. Maury says Kim Hellberg is a good manager, highly rate him. Yeah, he's done really well, Maury, because when Rob Edwards left, obviously you worried that the continuity or the lack of would throw them off a little bit, and they might take a bit of a dip, but they haven't. Kim Hellberg's come in with his own style, put his own stamp on it, without changing things wildly, and
that's the trick.
It's really taken them on.
That is broken. Why fix it?
Subtle changes. 2 says Jimmy, we need 2 more likes. So I'm going to hang on for 100 likes. Guys, if you could get us to...
Right, we're going to stay here all night waiting for 2. Come on.
Paul keeps taking likes off, which is ironic because he's the one that's got us all these likes. 101 says Paul.
What? Wait,
nice. I've done it. Jimmy Ramble. Nice one. Well done, mate. So,
excellent. Well done.
Lovely.
Well done, Paul.
Lovely stuff. So Matt Target just been interviewed here. I am going to call this shortly. Jim says nailed it. It's hard to believe in it as well, mate, given what happened in the middle with the tech. Oh yes, says Maury.
Yeah.
And I'm really not sure what happened because I don't know what everyone was seeing at home. We both seemed to go off the screen at one point, Russ. So seems like both connections. It's really strange.
Yeah. And I've got blurry. Yeah.
Paul says I will change badge for last 3 games, honestly. Right. We're going to call it there. I can see the Middlesbrough players celebrating. The Boro fans are still in the stadium. They are absolutely loving it. They believe that they are now on their way to the Premier League. Jim says a black screen. That's what we saw. Yeah. I didn't know if anyone could hear me or not. 104, thanks.
Thank you very much. Everybody,
thank you to everyone that joined us.
Much appreciated.
Thank you, and thank you for the views, the comments, the likes. We really appreciate it. It helps the channel. Just looking at the league table, Coventry top on 71 points, Middlesbrough second, 66, Millwall in third on 62, as Russ points out. Ipswich are in fourth, 60 points, but they've got 2 games in hand. Just looking at the bottom half of the table now, Sheffield United 13th on 48 points. So still with a lot of work to do if they're going to make a fist of trying to get towards those playoff positions. Battle at the bottom is interesting. We've got All Aboard the Championship tomorrow night. Anyone that's not subscribed yet to Ramble FC and hasn't picked up All Aboard the Championship, there's going to be a live show tomorrow at 6:30 with myself, Mark Meldrew, and possibly Gaz Dunn joining as well for his take on the refereeing at the weekend. So please do join us because we'll be very much starting the conversation around that relegation battle, and the two big clubs down near the bottom, West Brom and Leicester, who are trying to save themselves at the minute and could very well, or at least one of them could very well end up in League One. I'm going to call it there, mate. Russ, thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate it.
More than welcome. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Thanks to everybody for supporting us.
Brilliant. And all aboard, as Jimmy Ramble said. Guys, thank you very much. Remember to like and subscribe to Ramble FC. You have a good night and join us tomorrow for All Aboard the Championship.